Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode number 32.
Yep.
Got it in one. That's how we like to do it here. Yep, we're back, and back in schedule, although everything was to schedule, because I'm fast editing boy. Let's go. Yeah, I'm at a loss for words. So if I'm at a loss for words, I will just jump right into the introductions. Starting off, oh my god. Every single time I say this, I realize that I need to update the overlay to put in like your character level, and I forget it every single time. And I remember it at this moment every single time. You know what? I will actually write it down so I don't forget it. Which is bullshit. I will probably still forget it. But, you know, in effort to look like I'm trying to actually do something. In the meantime, Arik or Greg, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Greg, and I am playing Eirik Spanner, a level 8 human artificer. He's actually pretty stoked about accomplishing something for the first time in a little while. Fighting and being stuck in a magical forest was not fun. So being in a place where he could just sit and focus for a second was good. See how that continues.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Fiera. She is a human, maybe, wizard chronomancer, level 8. Yeah, you ever realize for the past like 30 sessions, since literally the start, you've kind of been like pedal to the metal, 11 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's where she is, and she's kind of realized she's gotta take a breath, slow down, and we'll see what happens.
Hi, I'm Skit. I play Isarel Leafina, level 6 druid, level 2 cleric. She's actually quite happy with the discoveries she's made, even if they were not exactly what she was hoping for. But yeah, kind of a bit worried about the next step, although glad to be one step closer to a possible cure to a curse. Maybe? Who knows?
Oh wait, it's my turn.
Who else? I'm like, what's happening?
sorry, my bad.
Well, Jack, your
Having
turn.
issues with my character sheet. My name is Felicia. I'm playing Arya. She's a Soul Knife Rogue, level 8. She's still just like feeling like she can do better and she needs to do better, but she doesn't know how to right now.
I mean, ain't that relatable? So, yeah, I guess like it would have also been important to say that we do milestone leveling up, which some people, I didn't even know that like normal XP existed in DnD until I saw it on DnD Beyond. I was like, oh shit, and you can get XP what you get XP, and it's like, oh okay, it used to be a normal video game. Yes, these guys level up when I think they are worthy to level up. Yeah, and with that said, I don't think we have to delay this any further, so we'll just jump right into the good old long ass intro. And I'm hoping for a next level up soon, because then I can make the next intro a little bit shorter. So long, but it gives me time.
escape 1,000 times. The green grass on the rolling hills, and the strong, textured rocky cliffside that drops to meet the horizon. It is beautiful, especially at dawn. The red sky reminds me of that tragic day. An act so unforgivable that the gates of hell opened up. It is as you have said, Your Excellency. May he be used as intended. He must collect blood, and blood he will surely collect, whether he wants it or not, for that is his punishment after all. Truly, his sight even saddens me. But he must not worry for long, as his eternal sin shall soon be forgiven. And may he too, as we all deserve, come to peace. You are most grateful, Your Excellency. We shall establish a new order. The light we have been following has been dimming, and the people are losing faith by the day. We must show them a new light, a new faith that will not only redeem their belief, but give them the hope they need to fight. In wake of the misfortune of our own country, we shall use this new revelation to rebuild our dominance. The fools are ignorant, forgetting what we have done for them. Oh, their sins must be punished. They may only find salvation in the blood that will spill from their bodies, for that is the only use we will have from them. We will remind them of our blessed divinity, so that they can remember that we are the punishers. We are the judicators, and we are the crucifiers. The world will have their eyes opened, and the people shall see and witness the power that will save them. Prepare the Sin-Bearer Legion and be on your way. The night has been long enough. It is time for the people to wake up and open their eyes to witness a new dawn. And may the light shine ever bright again. Hear me, people. We have been abandoned by the angels, for they saw our sin that we inherited within our blood. We must atone so that we may redeem ourselves and be granted their divine blessings once again. Purge this land of the sinners. Purge this land of the unfaithful. And purge this land of the blight that has taken our sons, our daughters, our mothers and our fathers. For this curse remains as punishment for our ignorance of faith. May this blood crusade vanquish the sin that taints us, and may we finally be free. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, let there be light!
with that. So we're gonna start with a quick recap. Back from your expedition inside of the Seven Great Woods, you have now tasked yourselves to investigate and research the necessary information to try and free yourselves from the predicament you are inside of. But not only that, but also maybe to try and gather more clues about a greater context that you have been now become aware of, which is a bit of history lying within the lands of Azathia. Specifically, there seems to be some connections with the forgotten Fey courts of the Dryadalis court and the Draconic Imperium that existed long before. As such, you kind of reconnected with Vashina as you rested for a day and made your way inside of the archives. One of you wasn't able to sit still for too long as they were, well, greeted with failure in trying to find what they wanted to look for, and as such the impatience brought them to use one of their abilities, even though they were strictly told not to do so. As such, this individual felt the consequences. I don't know why I'm not saying the name, but I just think it's funnier. While the others were deep in their book reading sessions, finding a lot of information about a variety of different things. Specifically, kind of that some historical documentations of individuals who have been placed in the lower sections of the silver and or golden layers of the archives, who are considered not liable sources of information. However, there seem to be first account witnesses about the kind of how the elves came to be, or how the elven society came to be, and they were specifically talking about the father of Azathia and how he led the people out of the Age of Darkness and back to the surface of the world, and how he was the first person to come into contact with the Holy Lichnius, and they came on peaceful terms and helped each other out. The Holy Lichnius obviously having, after finding the holy texts, being able to use light crystals, and with help of the light crystals were also able to help the elves build their first cities. And that bit of information didn't exist in the kind of modern literature of Azathian history. The things seem to be a bit different. Other than that, Fiera kind of got over herself, talked with Vashina again. Vashina kind of convinced Fiera that it was still worth pursuing her goals and to stick with the group, since you literally are four of a kind, and if you would leave them, they would be one man less strong, and it is also kind of your responsibility that they succeed. And if you would just leave them, Vashina felt like you wouldn't be doing your job justice, and kind of convinced Fiera to go back into the archive. You gave O'Toole a hug of the large furry furbolg, and you then also continued to do your investigation, and that is where I think we left off, as you re-entered inside of the archive. So, I guess you can start off with Fiera, since you were the one who was left out last session. What do you try to do?
I'll do what's right this time and just use that link we still have and try to get them to give me directions. So as I'm walking back down the tower, say So, what floor am I headed to, and which section? Anyone? Is this link on?
Hello? Yes?
Hi.
I'm sorry, I was absorbed in the book I was reading.
I have been there. You all mentioned there's some big discovery you need help with?
Yes, if you're able to
I
come
have
back
time
in,
right now, yes.
uh, join us on the last level and we'll show you what
Eighth.
we found. Yes.
I thought we were in the geography section.
Are we?
I
Oh,
thought
we
that's
are.
where we were.
Yes, we are. On the fourth
Mind you-
level in that case.
The Scooby-Doo chase now through the library.
Yes. No,
The dark library.
Geography, third level. Third level. I'll get
Oh.
my notes in order. We are on the third level. Please join us on the third level.
I'll start at the third, and if you're not there, I'll look at the fourth.
Great.
And I just
And-
like, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I want to try to like visualize where we're at and then try to just make him see it.
Okay, you kind of stay there and you focus your telepathic abilities. Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, I hope you get kicked out.
14. You are visualizing it extremely intensely, but you have no idea whether or not Fiera is seeing it. And Fiera, you don't notice anything.
Right. I have no idea what she's trying to do. I probably hear grunting, if anything. Yeah, I'll start headed toward where they described.
Okay, then kind of start perusing down, walking quickly, and after a couple of minutes you do arrive and would meet Arya and Israel standing at the...
Oh, good. My map helped.
Sure. I kind of just point to the wall. There's maps on every floor, actually, but...
Oh,
So, what did you find? Something important, I hope?
so
Probably our next searching point, Arya, if you want to.
yeah.
Oh.
So I pull out the note, or the thing from the book that we had found. Can't remember what it says off the top of my head, but I found it in a book, and so I'll hand it to you.
Okay,
Plus, it's a lot to read. It's the bloodied pagan in our notes.
got you. Yeah, I've already read it, but Fiera just looks it over and... Interesting. So this is like a confessional of someone who witnessed the birth of a bloodied pagan. Interesting.
Believe that they could be referring to Calyx.
Hard
it
to
does-
imagine there's much more like him around.
Well, it does say at the end, find me where the ever damned was born.
Right, and this Calyx has a couple nicknames: the Everdam, the Bloodied Pagan.
Mm-hmm.
So it all fits. Interesting. The biggest part of this that scares me is it's quite obvious that some religion was punishing the faithless by slaughtering them. And we've seen that the Lichens have done that to more than one account.
Yes. Which also brings us to where we believe this is pointing us to.
Quite important, yes. Have you found the location?
We're not. Yeah, we're not 100% certain, but we believe it's. I can't remember the name of the town. Oh man, or the passage. Right there.
A little bit northeast to Port Imazat. Right, the crossing to go into Collis.
Right. If I remember
Where
right, he was
there
found between the borders.
exactly, and there is an old story of the lichness decimating hundreds of people in that area right around the time where that guy popped up.
A moment here. So that would have been how many years ago? 383 years ago, roughly? Or it was
Yeah,
even farther back. Something around there, right?
yeah,
400
more
years?
something like that.
Hmm.
And no one knows where he came from or who he was. So I think this is when they say like where he was born. I think they're trying to say like the guy as we have seen and not like literal
Yes.
baby weird guy.
Where the Everdam was created.
Yeah,
Interesting.
because it says that he was born of the blood that was spilled.
That makes
So
perfect sense.
that's the theory we're rolling with right now.
Well, you made good discoveries. That is a solid bet, but I don't see a means to a cure within this path. It says if we go there, we'll get answers, but it doesn't necessarily mean we'll be cured of this mark.
No, but it might be our closest bet to finding more answers and possibly ending Calyx's reign. If this
Right.
person has the answers like this note is making us believe.
And also, as a side note, apparently there are a lot of flowers that weirdly resembles the blood lotus that Tila
Oh.
needs.
Okay.
I don't know if they're exactly the same, but the way it is described match the description, so would be interesting to at least maybe see, because we could possibly have an endless
Right, we
supply.
could create a supply.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I think there's a personal reason, but also a greater scheme reason to perhaps investigate in that area.
Mr. DM, do I know? So I know the Legion of F is active in this area, and it might have been in the past. Do I know if there's a Legion that would be active at the border, or is there like a Legion in Colas that would be at the border as well? Like, who would I know for legions that might operate near that border area?
Yeah, you can make a history check. A 14. Yeah, you don't have like the most specific knowledge of like Crusader legions. However, you do know that one of the Crusader legions that operates frequently in Azathia specifically is in the capital just north from you, or Valmir, since it politically is the Chamber of Dukes inside of Ormamir is responsible for organizing Crusader legions inside of Azathia. So they have a very close connection with Crusader legions, and a Crusader legion that is permanently stationed there is the one of Penume, Angel of the Written Word. And that is the number, Penume, I think that is... Nope, it is not 8, it is 14. The 14th Crusader Legion.
Okay. Interesting.
So yeah, they have usually travel around the northern areas of Azathia. But obviously there are a lot of bigger cities from Canaan that are also extremely close to the border.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems like that would be a good point to head next once we're ready.
Are we ever going to be ready? I don't think so.
Oh, sorry, is Zyric here too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was all three of
Hey.
you. Hi. So it's extremely dark, and with or without my glasses, I can barely see in here. They did not make it for people like me.
People like you.
That have very poor vision.
Okay.
Well, regardless, I guess personally, I kind of want to spend more time here. I mean, in the city in general, in the archives. There's still a lot we could uncover and use, and it'd be nice to take a couple days to relax and prepare, so we're not rushing to something that will just turn into a mess.
I mean, we are expecting a high storm soon-ish, so why not take the time until the high storm passes to maybe try to relax a little bit? Because I don't think we've done that ever since we left our personal homes.
What's relaxing?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's this fantastic thing where you just like sit and don't do anything.
You know, my tower
Sauna.
has a room specific for that you saw
Mm.
before with the sauna.
That seems like a waste of time.
What, the sauna? Or just relaxing in general? Because if you don't want to relax, we have a problem.
It just it's unfamiliar to me. Like in my line of work, I'm always moving, always doing something.
Right. Well, to be fair, we aren't sure if someone might be coming after Ayazarel, like they did her father, so let's relax, but not too much.
Relaxing doesn't mean to keep our guard down.
Yes. Oh, and I was curious, after my timeout, because I tried to use magic in here,
See,
Yep.
Why does that surprise me?
Look, I've been in such a rush, I kind of thought I had to rush to this library, but I obviously don't. So, during my timeout, it seems that Zevigus is making a quick visit. He seems to want to reassure people he doesn't want the city to become part of the war. And I was actually wondering if we should try to meet with him somehow, or gain a favor that he might want to meet with us. Because I think both he and us probably have a lot of things aligned. If he's against the war and he seems to have knowledge of the history of the Fey Court, he has knowledge of a lot of interesting magics that I've found. And he probably has access to a lot of interesting materials for you, Eric.
I like
So
that.
maybe over the next couple days, we try to figure out what we can do to maybe get a glint of his eyes on us.
Anyone at this point who is against war, without even knowing them, I think they're an ally.
Yes.
It does seem that if we're talking higher ups, because I'm sure if we walk in the street and we ask a random citizen, like, are you for or against the war, they're gonna be against. But if we talk in the higher ups, there's not a lot of people that are against the war. Most of them are like pretty set in their camps. Either they are with the Lichnius or against the Lichnius, or with the mages, against the mages.
Right. It seems like Zefkis is more on
everyone-
our side.
Yeah.
Like he's more of a neutral party that just wishes for knowledge and sharing of knowledge and the betterment of his people and a remembrance of his history.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm pretty okay with that decision, actually.
Perfect.
Compared to pretty much everybody else that we've had to deal with so far, and how it seems like everybody has just, I mean, like Izrael just said, everybody's they're kind of just set in their ways. We just fall into place underneath all these people who are like already like, oh, there's war or whatever. So yes, if we can find ways to sort of expand who we are into the world, right? I don't know if you're following me here, but like we need to get our point of view out into the world.
Right. And for that, we need allies and we need to work with each other. So it sounds like we're all agreed.
We do need to put our horse in the race. Definitely.
Okay, now you lost me there.
She's saying that we need to get our point of view across so that more people are aware of where we stand.
Oh, well,
That there is another point of view. You know? Not just the Lichnius is bad, or the non-Lichnius is bad, or,
right.
you know.
It's one of her many Israelisms.
See, I understand that. Wonderful.
Sometimes her brain just goes too fast and just words just come spilling out and you need a translator like me.
Listen, I transform into animals. I talk like an animal, and I put animals in my sentences. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I lost you all. Fine. Good.
I just come up to you and I just put my hand on your shoulder and I was like, it's okay, buddy. I got you.
I think we're all tired. I think we all need a good night of sleep without wondering where we're gonna end up tomorrow. Where are we going to run off to?
I would love that, yes.
There is
Yeah.
nothing I wish more right now than to be in my chambers and have the nicest bath I ever had in my life.
Well, the tower provides.
Are you just gonna pop the tower in the middle of town?
See, I haven't thought about that. I feel like I should ask around. See
Oh,
if there's a spot I
Or
can do
we
that.
can just stay at an inn.
The inn that we haven't closed out the tab on.
Mm,
We do have a running tab in an inn.
It's
Right.
literally a city.
right. Problem is, I have a lot of my resources in the tower.
Okay, well, you can go stay in your tower somewhere.
Well,
Perfect. Side note, I did end up giving Tila my amulet that I found at the ruins. I'm kind of curious if it can help her until we find a more permanent way to get her up and going. It increased like bodily functions, so I'm hoping it helps her even just a little bit.
Find some way to combine it with the flowers, and it could just completely save her.
Well, that's the hope. So look at Azrael. So it would be nice if you actually checked on her tonight, Azrael.
definitely I can check in with her and make sure she's okay.
Cool. So what time of day is it now, Jack? Like before I came in?
It's around evening or approaching evening.
Is there anything else we should research today before coming back? Sounds like we have a good lead on EJ. Are there any other pressing matters?
I'm wondering, you're good at finding things, right? Obviously without magic, though. Like, you're smart. You're able to
I
find
did
things.
find things. It's just yes, I can find things.
Found your way out of the tower.
And found my way back in.
Do you think we can go back to where I found this pamphlet, and then maybe you can help me try to find the book that it came from? Because it looks like it was tore out.
Oh, sure. Oh, actually, if we go back to the lobby, which isn't too far away, I could cast or locate object in the safe area, and maybe that can help me find the book. If
Would
it
they
is
let you
here
do that?
at all.
Would they let you do that?
Yeah, he mentioned we could cast magic there. Probably ask him to double check.
That would be cool, because I feel like if we can find the rest of this book, it might have more information that could help us.
Oh, this is. Oh gosh, it was last week. Was there a rule against bringing anything we find out of like past the barrier? I don't remember if you mentioned that.
Yeah, we can basically write down everything. I believe like writing down spells costs money.
Right.
If I remember everything correctly, like writing down transcribing spells is gonna cost money. I don't remember if they mentioned if writing down notes would cost, but I
Actually,
wouldn't
I don't think I need it
so.
to use locate object actually. Because I just have to be familiar with the object, and now that I see the paper, I can probably describe the book. Okay, why don't you hold on to that? I'll go back to the lobby to cast the spell after checking to make sure it's okay. And then we have an hour to look around.
That would be nice.
Perfect. Well, let's do it while we have time then. And I'll make my way back to the lobby.
Step out of the gate as the kind of plasma force lets you through. See Otto there. Just kind of looks up.
Perfect. Perfect. I just had a question. So my friends found a piece of a book, just like one piece of paper. Would I be able to cast a spell here in this area to help me find the rest of the book? Is that allowed?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Would she be able to bring the paper back in here, or should I tell her to keep it with her right now.
Only individuals with special permissions are allowed to retrieve things from the archives.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, well, may I have my locket back, and I'll only cast that spell.
Very well.
Perfect. And then I'll cast Locate Object, describing the paper I found and what I could imagine the rest of the book to look like.
Okay, then tell me.
Actually, the book with a missing piece of paper.
Okay. So you're looking
With those
for
exact dragon marks.
a book with a missing piece of paper.
With that kind of parchment, with this kind of
Thousands.
writing.
Thousands of things.
Yeah, you can make just a straight intelligence check. And that's just using your brains, kind of figure that she's out. That's neat.
Nope.
Well, you can use your thing to maybe reroll just in the magic.
Ooh. I'm in a safe area technically, but if I roll a 1, I know what's going to happen. And that's what I did last time. I mean, what's the odds of it happening again, right?
Yeah,
1
what's
in
the
20?
odds? Come on, do it.
1 out of 20. Those are your odds.
Quick vote. Quick show of hands. Hands up if I should do it or not.
Wait, should we show?
I see 1 hand. Yep. More hands the better. That's 2 hands.
I also have locate object.
Oh, you have it prepared today?
I do.
Perfect. I guess what do I get after casting the spell? What sort of feeling? That it like locks onto nothing, or it just locks onto the closest thing?
Yeah, I think as Felicia said, like you get a very clear ping, but you immediately assume it's from. Actually, it's behind Otto, as you realize there's a bookshelf behind him, and it's just pinging the closest book to you.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, with the link on. All right, this is gonna be tougher than I thought. There are a lot of books here. Izarel, remember when we kind of double teamed the chrysalis? You want to do the same thing here?
I'll be right there. And I'll walk up
Well, we
to
can
you.
also use your necklace to just instantly teleport back to the space if you.
Oh,
That's right.
nice. Then I'll teleport. If it's easily, I'll just swoop.
Yep, you just kind of remember the instructions from Otto, just kind of press into the eye and feel this sudden surge of energy as you kind of get ejected away. You twist almost as if you're doing a backflip. Your stomach turns and then appear in front, and
Operating.
Otto is there and says, "Welcome back."
Hello. I came to give a hand. My friend here.
So it's actually quite difficult. Since we don't know what the book looks like, you'll have to do your best to imagine what the page would have come from. Good luck.
Alright, I'm gonna cast locate object and I'm going to concentrate on the handwriting from the page
Hey.
and see if that's gonna give a more accurate location.
Yeah, kind of spelling still what we define as an object, but I allow it. That's very
Yeah,
creative.
Yeah.
Since
I'm trying. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
yeah, we will see. This will still be an intelligence check since it's literally just brains work to try and
Yeah.
figure out how that might look like.
Not
16
bad.
is pretty good.
Not bad.
You,
I'll take it.
you get no immediate ping. There doesn't seem to be anything in the vicinity that has scripture that correlates to what you were imagining.
I will.
I kind of gesture to O'Toole. So is your pull coming from over there? Behind him?
I don't get anything right now. I'm gonna turn to O'Toole and ask them. Is the gate preventing any spell that would help me locate an object from penetrating, or is it not?
Once you step inside, the effects should be normal as on the outside.
Okay, and I'll grab Fiera by the arm, and I'll walk back in and see, like, just across, and see if I get a better picture.
Yeah, you... Oh, Otto says, well, you still need these again. As you...
Oh.
Necklace returns back to him. And he gives them
Right.
back. Puts them on, and then step through once again. You step through. You still don't get any ping.
Still nothing.
Well, it's quite large, so let's start heading down. And maybe speed walk?
Alright, let's speed walk back to our friends, but I'm not very hopeful.
Okay, you start walking down. Meanwhile, what are Eirik and Arya doing?
I'm just kind of pacing. I really hope they're able to find something. Just kind of pacing back and forth. Kind of deep in my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably get something. I mean, magic has a habit of helping when you need it to help. Obviously.
In your
Just like-
brains, you constantly hear, nope, 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 nope.
Could you
Nope.
stop?
Nope.
What
Oh,
do you mean,
God.
no?
This is how magic works.
Eric, do you just want me to forever leave you out?
No, see, like, I get the purpose of it. I'm sure it's helpful for y'all, like, you're more used to it. I just have to get used to it. I think that's all it is. Just constantly having just voices. It's a lot.
I understand.
I
just wanna
don't
make
hate
sure-
it. I don't hate it. It's just it's a bit overwhelming when there's just sounds of people that you can't see.
Just checking. I wanted to make sure that you just didn't want me to ever make you a part of it.
Oh, I mean, I appreciate being involved. If we're ever like in a dangerous situation and we need to communicate somehow, like that would be very helpful. That I can rely on something like that to get heard or whatever. But Yeah, I just don't want people, like jumping in and,
Nope. Still nothing. Nope.
Are you
Nope.
saying no because you're not finding anything?
Yup.
Couldn't you just say that?
We're working on it.
what does that even mean? What are you even doing? Where are you?
On our way
We're
back.
yeah, we're working our way down.
Why couldn't we have just met you guys at the front if you couldn't find anything?
I'm trying to see if as I go down I feel something more.
Fair. I'm gonna start writing down what this page said, knowing that I can't bring it with me. I want to write it down so that way, like, I just don't forget what it said. If it costs me money, it costs me money, but
Then, slowly but surely, Azure and Fiera kind of make their way down. There's a second layer, still nothing. Reach the third layer, where you meet up with Arya and Arik. Still nothing. And remind me of the range again.
1,000 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a good sign. That means you didn't luck onto the paper. But that also means the book may not be here if we reach the bottom, but I guess we'll find out.
Yep.
I mean, we could go where I found the paper.
Well, yeah, that's down, so
There
Yeah.
is also the possibility that the book or whatever it was part of was never here and that it just appears to whoever needs it.
right. The beginning of the paper is kind of cryptic like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a if you read this then I'm dead type of thing.
Right. If you read this, then surely you are marked too.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Wait, so you're saying this is some kind of like magical appearing notice?
I don't know. I have no idea. I obviously we can't cast magic in here, or else I would try to detect magic on it.
Right.
But I don't want to get thrown out, so not gonna do that. But it is a possibility. Just can't verify that theory.
Well, going for a walk will be the easiest way to figure that out. So let's go back to the section where we found it.
So there's one thing about this note kind of also makes me question something. So I've been writing this down, I've been kind of reading it again and again as I'm writing it. Part of me wonders if this person became the Everdamned. It's a weird way to look at it, but it talks about people will hate him just how they will hate me. And then it says, I have succumbed to despair and casted away my name and my faith towards light. For I do not deserve it. My eyes have opened, and like an infant I have been reborn, covered in the blood that was given birth to me.
Right. That is a fear I have because Helix is in Sunanir and the Legion don't seem to mind. because they're definitely aware that he's there. It would be shocking if they didn't know.
And they haven't made a move to take him away.
Yes.
At least from what we know.
So that is possible.
I mean, this could be something that he somehow was able to plant, like he's popped up in weird places before. Like, rules don't apply to him in a way.
Maybe. It's really hard to tell.
But I can show you where I found the book. And just start making my way there.
Okay, so you continue. Okay, that was a question, but no answer, so I will assume the answer is yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm reading this again.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, we're speed walking since it only lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having trouble with cars honking like there's no tomorrow right outside my door.
Well justified. Yeah, you make your way to the fourth floor. Still no ping. Kind of continue further. Get to the 5th floor. Still no ping. Continue to the 6th floor as you pass through the the silver gate. Still no ping. Get to the 7th floor. Still no ping. And then finally the 8th and final floor of the golden layer. As you pass through the golden plasma, you get a ping.
Ooh. So the barriers can prevent... Oh, that makes sense. Prevents divination. That makes a lot of sense. That makes all the sense. Yeah, it's a wizard time.
And you follow that ping.
You're muted, Skit. You're muted.
I got something.
And as you follow the ping, you notice it is not in the same area as you found the initial note or pamphlet. It kind of goes to a different section that is kind of about just... It seems to be in a section of creatures and higher beings. Kind of go inside of there. And it's somewhat noticeable. One of the books just seems like a little kind of self-made, self-knitted collection of papers. Doesn't look like a book. Most quote-unquote books inside of here actually don't look like books. They seem like very, very old parchments that have been collected together and then kind of sewn into a bundle of paper, which you would now colloquially refer to as a book. This one, however, it looks very, very akin to a collection of papers that have been kind of made by one singular person. So it's like the other books look like, you know, a variety of different sources have been placed together to form like kind of this multimedia book. But this is like if you would try to create your own diary, for example, and wouldn't buy a book but kind of make your own book. It kind of looks like that. There is no cover. There's nothing on the front that says anything. except for a lot of words that have been written in a very similar ink and handwriting as the other one. You can see that the entire page has just been filled, or at least the first page, filled with the words, "Forgive the unholy blood, forgive us." Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, as you kind of page through. And this book has maybe about 50 pages, no more, and it's kind of that written over and over and over again. Or you can make an investigation check as you're kind of looking at it.
Can we? Oh, all of us or just get?
I presume all of you are probably looking over it, so you can all make, or everyone that
Actually-
is looking at it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be looking while they're going towards the book. Can I just stay back and like look up and down some of the other aisles to see if there's anyone around?
Yeah, definitely. And make a perception check. Aria, you rolled an intelligence, not an investigation, so you can
Oh.
you roll.
That's good.
Like 22. There you go.
I was like,
I
that's
think
what
I
I'm
got
better
one.
at anyway.
Yeah, so I saw you kind of looking at this, and it just seems like manic writing at best. Doesn't seem to be much valuable information inside of it. The only thing that you and Fiera kind of notice relatively quickly is it's been written in red ink, just like the other pamphlet. Seems like
Mm-hmm.
been written with some sort of red substance. However, as you're kind of paging through it, you look at the pages a bit more carefully as you're kind of looking at each page individually. I suppose probably just kind of paging through them, and you can see that in the middle, one of the pages has something written a bit different. It's still like the first upper portion of it is still "Forgive the unholy blood, forgive us." However, there's a middle section with a little bit of space, and that's how you catched it, where it says, "Sanctuary in ignorance has been keeping us alive. To stray from the path means to be ever damned. Sin and be brought to the gates of Gena to be forever damned. There is no faith in light. A flood of blood the omen has shown. The crimson lunar eclipse will be the end of those who have sinned, and we shall be freed from this bloodied curse, the curse in our blood. Forsake the gods who have left us. Forsake the gods who have been forgotten." And because that is a lot, I will also give it to you here.
Oh my god.
Interesting. That's very similar to what Kalik said at the arena.
Oh. Kit was over there just bouncing in her seat.
Crimson lunar eclipse.
Does anyone know anything about the moon and if we're expected an eclipse anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of. I mean, we checked the sky recently and didn't see any signs of it being close or happening or.
Hmm. Interesting.
I can perhaps try to divine if it's going to happen in the next few days, but I'm not sure I want to see that. Oh, we'll see.
I'm sure somewhere in this library there's like astrology stuff. Or do we just kind of want to leave for now?
If
I
we
really
keep going,
appreciate
I probably won't stop till tomorrow, and that's probably not a good idea. So maybe a break for now, and tomorrow morning we can meet up and figure out what we want to do.
I really appreciate your guys' help in, trying to find this page or this book.
Of course.
I'm gonna quickly start scrambling down what this page said to go with my other one.
Isarel would probably have the last two sentences like scribbled on a piece of paper, just because it goes against everything she's working for.
Oh, while we're out together, do any of you know Undercommon? The language of those kind of from down below?
No.
I don't, unfortunately.
Iric?
Yeah.
Why would I know them?
I don't know. Maybe Iric knows a lot of things that surprise me. You don't know Undercommon, do you? The language of those that live underneath. Prefer
No.
shadow to light.
No. That sounds awful. No.
Just checking. There's a lot of odd shadowmancy connections with blood magic. And there's a lot of people. Well, Undercommon seems connected as well. But unfortunately, that's not a language I know either. Well, I'm ready for a break.
We have a lot to think on, and I think we all need a little bit of a brain break.
Oh, there is one thing. So that chest we found with the platinum. I guess since we traveled as a group, we should talk about it as a group. As magic items are a little bit harder to divvy up. I was wondering what you all thought about the platinum being divvied up. Not all of it, but maybe while we're in the city, we are each allowed an allowance of sort.
We're gonna have to find people that will accept that platinum, because it is old draconic platinum, and a lot of people are gonna ask questions on how we got our hands on it.
True, but I think that's easier here than, well, in Canaan. But I do know I'll probably have expenses if I look into the spellcraft here at the tower, and I think it would be accepted here. I guess I'm just wondering if you're all okay sharing it.
I mean, to a point. Let's try not to blow through it.
Right, that's why I mentioned an allowance while we're in the city.
I'm leaving that decision almost entirely up to Iric, considering he was the one that found it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, money is used to buy things. Like, I get that. Yeah, you can use it for stuff. Just to like figure out how much things cost first before you just say like, okay, I'm gonna go buy stuff. It'd be nice to have, you know, a hoard that we can just, if like absolute need be, we can just drop a whole bunch of money on something. So like, talk things out. Don't just go and say that you're gonna go buy something or spend it on something.
Are you a dragon, perchance?
No.
What?
What?
He wants to have a horde.
Well, yeah.
Bada bing,
No.
bada boom.
That's quite
That was a
funny.
pun. It
That
was not
an
funny.
amazing- That was amazing.
Okay, well, I can do that and get an estimate. Yeah, that's no
I
worries.
do agree with the principle that we're gonna need some supplies. So spending a little bit of
Do
it.
want to get better prepared for whatever peril we jump into next.
Yeah, so I do understand that, but I also agree with Eric that we should probably have some sort of backup piled a little bit in case something comes up and we need to drop a good amount.
Hmm.
And I'm also scared that we're gonna get questions for the way we got so much draconic platinum on our hands. That
Yes.
does scare me a little bit.
Well,
I mean,
not a problem.
if you're talking about taking a couple pieces of platinum and going into town to buy some supplies, it's gonna be easy to pass it off as maybe like family heirlooms or something. But if we just drop a whole box of platinum, that might raise some questions.
It definitely probably would.
Can we, if you need to spend it, can we like scuff it up a bit first, or like, you know, like mark it or something? Not mark it, but like scrape some of it off so that it doesn't look exactly like ancient draconic money.
That's a lot of work. For each piece. I'll add it to the list of things to think about. So yeah, that is quite an issue. Maybe we can find somebody in the city we can trade it with.
Yeah, and so we're just gonna go into a city and be like, "Hey, does anybody know who can trade for some ancient draconic money that we can't spend?"
I mean, we are in an archive, a school of knowledge and things. I'm sure there are historians that would love to have that.
And there's a
Or
lot
at
less
least-
prejudice on draconic heritage here than, you know,
In your
than
home?
elsewhere. Yeah, so and obviously
Like I
the
said.
thing to do is not go around with the sign saying who wants dragon money.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we
that would
just
be a
need to be
terrible idea.
smart about it.
Yes.
I recognize the irony here. We're spending our time, you know, killing a bunch of things, and now we've looted and stolen from some, you know, ancient thing out in the woods. But I also want to try to keep it, you know, keep what we do kind of on the level. I don't really want to like do anything that's gonna like put us in jail or anything. So let's try not to just be so forward about what we have.
So we're back on your idea of Eirik doesn't exist.
Eirik doesn't exist. I thought Eirik did exist. I thought we agreed that he would.
But he doesn't want to be perceived.
Well, I
Mhm.
do. I don't want to be perceived as being evil or like a criminal, even though we've killed people.
That was another joke.
Ugh.
We understand where you're coming from, Eric. We'll take
Okay.
care.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
I also don't want to be seen as a criminal in my former place of studies.
Okay, well, I need to go find a place to pop down my tower.
You could
Is that a
probably
euphemism?
ask. You could
What
probably
would that
ask.
mean? Euphemism for what?
I don't know. You gotta go use the bathroom or something.
Wow.
You should probably ask like the
I will
guards
ask
or
around.
something.
I won't
Yeah,
just summon it in the middle of the street.
So
I'm sure
Izrael's the only
someone's
one
gonna-
who's allowed to make puns.
Yes.
I mean, I don't trust myself to make them, so there's that.
It was a funny one, I have to say. It made me giggle.
Wow. Okay, yeah, it's been fun. Shall we leave the tower together? Are we leaving the same direction, I assume?
Up?
Well, like-
Yes.
Oh, actually, I just pushed the button.
Right.
I almost walked back.
I just. Ah!
You jump. The SpongeBob's caveman meme. I was just standing in
Yeah.
the sunny. And I assume I would also press the button to return.
Yes.
And you all appear and operate back at the lobby with Otto sitting there, kind of, acknowledgingly having partially witnessed some of your conversation, understand what's going on. Just kind of smiles and says, "Have a good day and rest well. I would be quick to go where you need to go now. It seems like a high storm is approaching right now."
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, so I guess you're spending the night in town, Pierre.
I guess so.
We should probably
You mean
get going
tonight,
before-
right, O'Toole?
I beg your pardon?
It will be here tonight.
Either tonight or tomorrow morning.
That's a 50-50 chance.
Don't risk it, please.
All right, let's head back.
And make your way out. Stepping up the stairs, coming into the large open hallway once again, where the 4 statues reside, kind of looming over each and every single one of you. As you kind of make your way back out, you can see these 2 large sentinel guards kind of walking to the perimeters, and the other 2 that are kind of standing in front of the entrance. And to kind of go out, you can see that there's a bright, clear, not bright, it's evening, so a dark sky, but the sky above you is brightly illuminated by starlight. It's already 10 p.m. As a vestige, you have mist, though this very clear sky does remind you a bit of the calm of a storm, which is a minor indicator that a high storm is approaching. And though you aren't able to see it yet, it seems like some people have already confirmed that it is approaching, probably through communication up north. You then make your way slowly but surely back to the Sunset Inn, I presume.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I believe that's the one that we started and I had the tab open.
exactly. And as you peruse through the city, because these are a lot of people are kind of prepping themselves, seem to be a lot more busier, even though it's a bit later, probably getting stuff they need to kind of accommodate them through the high storm, through the evening. Some last minute preparations. And soon enough, you arrive at the kind of warm exterior and soon interior of the Sunset Inn. Kind of greeted again with the very welcoming, warm temperature of the inside of this inn. And you can also smell the variety of foods that are currently being served to people who are also making their stay this maybe high storm ridden night inside of a safe place. And you probably also get something to eat since you haven't eaten for a while. And as usual, probably just let it get served up to your rooms. And you return to your rooms where you re-encounter Tila, at least Fiera and Eirik, you do. And you can see that she is standing. As you open the kind of door, she kind of whiffs around. You can see her long brown or very dark brown hair tail around her. Kind of looks at you, Fiera, and says, Fiera, look! And she kind of just does like little jumps around and jumps in a circle. Her dress kind of flows a little bit. The amulet you gave me, I did as you told, and see, it works. I can feel my legs again. It's amazing.
That's wonderful.
I'm so excited for you.
I've dreamt about this day for so many times, and now it's actually real. Oh, I can't wait to tell Endo if he sees us. He'd be ecstatic with joy. I'm quite sure.
That's a good idea. Before we get too excited, maybe Azrael and I should look you over. Like I said, this is experiment. I was curious, but we really should make sure you have a full checkup to make sure there's no side effects.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to make sure that there's no harm done on top of everything else that you're going through without the amulet.
Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, I will shush Arya and Eirik out. Close the door. I'll cast Bar Knowledge to get medicine skill.
And I'll cast guidance on myself.
Yeah, no, I plan to check her out, tiptoe, top, detect magic, all the things. How is she doing?
Okay.
I would, yeah, make sure, like, probably, like, take her vital signs, trying to see, like, how her body's coping with the
Yep.
amulet.
Any strains? Is
Yeah.
the amulet stressing? I don't want there to be anything I miss.
Okay, then I guess you can make a medicine and an arcana check. And it goes for you as well.
Okay, gotta add proficiency. There it is. Oof.
I am going
little
to
better.
let you do them both because I do have
I will use Chronal Shift to do the medicine one again.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna bother using guidance for my medicine,
They're both bad.
Easy.
but I will.
Why did you choose this magic?
It's
There
supposed
you
to help me, but it doesn't help if I roll bad. I just can't roll.
Okay.
I can
So
never roll.
my medicine is poo poo, but my arcana's a little better.
Yeah. You both
Yeah.
look at her physical body, and like the first time you checked her when she was still weak, there weren't any like obvious physical signs that would kind of indicate that she is weak. She obviously has extremely frail muscles, but because of the lack of movement that she's been doing, but nothing like unnaturally debilitating to the point where she wouldn't be able to walk or stay awake for longer than 8 hours. And so you still get the same read, very weak muscles, obviously, a bit malnourished to be sure. So you kind of go onto the arcane side of things, kind of do detect magic. Obviously you get a glimpse on the necklace, and kind of investigating the necklace, you both kind of notice that it is obviously emitting a lot of magical energy that is currently supporting her body, and that is the reason why she's able to kind of move. You can see that a lot of sustenance is currently being fed into her, and it is in a very high amount. It's almost like her body is actively sucking energy from the amulet in order to stay functional. Which kind of, especially you as a 19 Arcana check, not necessarily, well, it is a bit weird, since usually there's a permanent enchantment on the necklace that just gives you a kind of physical buff, which then just stays the way it is. So there isn't usually a constant flux of magical energy being pushed into a body. However, with Tila, it does seem the case as if it's has to, in order to keep up this enchantment, has to feed energy inside of her. So you get the feeling that something is actively sucking energy out of Tila the entire time. And in order to compensate this kind of loss of energy, the amulet is trying to compensate for it by giving energy. So it's kind of, you know, filling a bucket that has a hole inside of it, and a constant water source of a specific amount of water has to be constantly flowing inside to let the bucket be filled. Whether or not the amulet is able to do this permanently, or if it loses juice at a certain point of time, you're unsure.
I guess during this exam, I will ritually cast Identify on Tila to see if I can get more, I guess. If there's something going on with her body that is more pronounced now that this is actively happening, I guess.
Yeah, you cast Identify, and you get ping you've gotten before, which is she's affected by the Vilma's blood curse, which is, you know, the reason why she's been so weak. And it seems like that is also probably the source that is kind of sucking her life energy away.
Do I get a sense of where the energy? I mean, it's blood, so it's probably just her entire body is where the curse is like emanating from, right?
Yeah, it's the thing that you notice, and that is a bit weird, is there's an obvious suction of energy, one way to put it. However, you don't see where it's going to.
Oh.
Because, you know, if there's obviously magic flowing somewhere or accumulating somewhere, but you do not see where the river ends, basically.
Huh. Well, this is quite interesting.
Am I okay?
For now you are. The amulet is doing its job.
I would still be cautious. If I could suggest you, I would not go out and start skipping around and doing cartwheels. I would still be maybe a little bit more calm. But I think we're safe to say that maybe we could go for a walk and see how you feel once the high storm passes.
Oh, is a high storm coming?
There should be a high storm coming either tonight or in the morning.
Oh. Well, then I guess I have to stay in bed either way.
It will be safer for everyone to stay inside tonight, yes.
I guess. Do you mind if the fellow Iric he takes a look at the amulet? He knows a little bit more than me about objects.
No, please. Of course he can.
Iric, you might be interested in looking at this.
Should I come in?
To make sure she's decent. Yep.
Okay. Come in. Yeah. What? What am I looking at?
So the amulet is doing its job, but it seems to be doing a little bit more than it is used to. So I was wondering if you could tell. Well, I guess just look at it.
Sure. Yeah. Right off the bat, what does the amulet itself look like? Just for Iric's sake.
Okay. I lost connection.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. My Discord decided to restart.
Yay. Hey, at least that's the... no, I won't jinx it. I won't say it out loud. Yeah, it's has this kind of golden frame with like kind of like an larger set emerald glass sphere kind of put inside of it. And that's kind of what it is, with a necklace that obviously is attached to it.
So, just curious, when I was researching before about gem magic, did I come across anything that sort of makes me think of this kind of amulet, like how an emerald could be used for this kind of like healing regenerative power kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely, since it was recently that you did it. Yeah, emeralds are often used as a kind of catalyst for life energy, healing magics, and stuff like that.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. That's interesting. We actually got a lot of emerald in the yeah, okay. Let me take a look. I'll throw my goggles on and see if I can get any information from it.
Yeah, I can make an investigation or arcana check.
And then over the link that we have, I will tell him what I did find. That seems to be constantly fueling her.
So I'll give you advantage for this, since that is a exhibit of... Well,
I already had advantage for Arcana anyway, so.
Yeah. Then that makes
Artificers.
complete sense. After you are looking at it and Fiera kind of tells you that it's constantly feeding her, I think your heart skips a beat. And it skips a second beat as you realize what's inside of this emerald, which is another life chrysalis, a very, very small one that is fueling this. And it is currently, constantly putting out energy.
Yikes.
Which you would know what that means if this continues.
Yeah. Yeah. This in my head, this is dangerous.
In your head.
Trying to not look perturbed, I'm gonna ask Eric in the mind link.
Just a reminder, if you say it in the mind link, I'll hear it.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna ask Eric in the mind link. Do we think it could explode?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I can't exactly tell you when or like if it's like gonna do it like tonight. But the whole thing about these chrysalises is the more you use it, the longer you use it, more prolonged use, it wears itself out and it gets dangerous.
So
Do y'all mind if I tell her? Alone?
What? That she's
That
wearing
she
a
can't wear that anymore. After she just learned she can walk.
Eric, was your 24 Arcana check, and being a expert to a certain degree with chrysalises, the chrysalis that is inside of this amulet is extremely small. So it's reaching its critical state fairly quickly.
okay.
However, you have a bigger chrysalis. And you presume that its critical state is a bit more stable than the one inside of there. And you could potentially replace them and make a stable amulet that could keep up with the energy fuel required so that she could wear it without risking it getting to a terminal nova.
Yeah. I'll say that. That's going to take some time just to figure out the best way to do the connections and everything. But with it needs to. We need to. Yeah. Yes.
Well, why don't you and I go for a walk, Tila, before the storm comes?
Yeah, sure. Would love to. Would be my first time taking a proper walk.
Wonderful. Yeah, over the link, I'll say we'll be back in a little bit. I'll let her enjoy it while she can and prep her for the future.
Quickly.
And I'll lead her outside.
Tila kind of skips out like a little child does.
She said, "Don't skip."
It's like, oh, just getting a bit too excited for myself. And as they kind of skip out there and Eric, sweat is pouring down from your brow, gonna take a quick break. Since The people gotta pee. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye.
Oh, I knew.
And we're back. And we're gonna see where Fiera intends to take Tila.
Jesus. Jesus, where am I taking her? Somewhere pretty and nice, like a park. Not, we can't go that far. Around the neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm sure it's nice. You know, just let her explore, let her walk, let her do her thing. And while we're walking, we uncovered something interesting about that amulet. Do you know much about chrysalises?
No, nothing. I just occasionally hear you guys talk about it.
Well, they're very interesting. They're what help us protect our cities and what runs them. Someone might use a fire chrysalis to heat up a stove or work in a forge. There's like water chrysalises that are used for sewage and clean water. And I go through all the ones I know and their basics, so she understands the basics of what they're used for. And then there's something called light chrysalis, which helps build cities from scratch and protect them from demons. So they're all quite wonderful.
Wow. Yeah, seem very, very useful, I suppose.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to work toward. I want to make sure they're useful for everyone. Now, we went on an excursion to a ruin, just outside the city in the forest. It seemed to actually belong to two different types of people, oddly. Of course, the elves, but also some people of draconic origins, the Dragonborn.
Oh.
In the mine lake, you just hear, "Hurry up."
You see, together they wanted to create, a kinship. And together they made a life chrysalis. And I kind of point at her amulet. One of those is actually in there.
You mean I'm wearing an artifact from a dragon?
Oddly, yes.
Wow.
But unfortunately, that one was made quite small. And it seems to be burning out. It's quite old and it's been quite used a lot. And I start making our way back to the inn.
Yeah, let's say 3 minutes have passed.
So lucky you get to use the last bit of it. But good news, me and Eirik can actually make a new one, a better one.
Hurry up.
Okay, so maybe I can then start skipping if you make a better one.
You can do whatever you want, but that one has seen the end of its day, and I actually need to have it back.
I mean, you want to make it better, right?
Exactly. That's what life is. It's experiments and trying and figuring out what works and what doesn't. And right now, that one is actually in a dangerous state. So we can fix it.
Yes. I mean, of course. I mean, I'd be happy to have something better.
Good. They kind of stop us a couple buildings away. Well, then if you don't mind, can I grab it now and then we can get to work, or I guess during the storm maybe.
Okay. But maybe just back to the room. It would be difficult for you to carry me back to my room, I think. I'm afraid that I might just collapse here on the street.
Hurry up.
I walk us back to the. Oof, how long have I been
4 minutes have
I-
passed.
going? You trust me, right?
Yes, of course. You saved me an endo, basically.
Then trust that wherever we go, whatever state you're in, I can support you. And I'll reach out for the amulet. I'll get you back, and then I'll get you back on your feet.
And she just kind of nods and acknowledges and just kind of bows on her head so you can take the amulet.
I
From,
flick my wrist, and I will wrist pocket it.
Okay. And why does
And
it?
I immediately go to support him.
Yeah, immediately as you do that, you see that as you kind of take it, and you haven't noticed in it since you were kind of focused on Tila, but the amulet has started to glow a bit. And then you wrist pocket it inside of your wrist. And you can see her immediately get a lot tireder, her eyes kind of sink down a bit, and you catch her, and she falls unconscious.
Over the moment, you hear, "Do you need a transport?"
Please, I can't pick her up.
I mean, even for you, Fiera, she's like super frail, so I think you can like
Oh, okay, okay. I'd
support
still
it.
say, please.
Yeah.
Incoming, and I'll join wherever Fiera is. I'm guessing they haven't gone too far.
Yeah.
I made sure we were very close.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll get into my deer form so we can walk Hila back to the room.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Keep just kind of once again just looks weirdly surprised and then just kind of looks back as a deer walks inside of his establishment and walks up the stairs. And he's just like, oh.
Yep.
That's normal, that's
Hashtag
fine.
just drew with things.
Yeah. And collops the way up the stairs and returns to the room where you then together kind of lay Tila back on to her bed.
Woo! I wipe the sweat off my brow. Okay, you could have told me it was like a few minutes. I thought we had like an hour or two. Oh, look
Okay,
at that.
well, I haven't actually like witnessed it happen.
Well, it should be safe where it is. I'm gonna leave it there for about an hour, and then we can check on it.
What do you? What? What?
It was
That's-
glowing, so
Yes. If you whatever you open up your little thing there, what do you expect is gonna happen?
that I live.
We hope you live.
Oh boy. Oh
Nudge,
boy.
nudge.
Oh man. I have no idea what putting it in another dimension will do. Like I don't.
Well, I didn't want to blow in the middle of the street.
Obviously not. I mean, good that you chose to do that, but like, holy crap! I don't know if you're gonna open up your pocket and like, what explosion's just gonna come out. I don't know.
Maybe I should go find. Well, there's like a canal in the city, right? If I remember right. Like a...
You open it in the canal and make a giant crater.
Well, okay, now I'm kind of freaking out that there's an explosion in my wrist.
Well, see, this is my thing. I have no idea what is happening. It could have just gone boom into extra dimension and whatever, or you've like paused it.
See, I'm hoping it cools down now that it doesn't have to overexert itself.
I'm hoping to.
Gonna die.
What else can I do? I don't want to lose an arm.
Yeah, and what if it explodes
Ooh.
in your arm?
Well, it doesn't matter because we're all going to be dead anyway.
Maybe I would. Phew. Okay, anybody have an idea? Well, it's in my wrist.
Never open it?
I, that's not an option. That's I can't hold this here forever. I think there's a time limit. Yep, 1 hour. That's it.
Well, they're okay. That solves the question then.
I'm gonna revert back to my elf form and say, so from what I understood, Tila was sucking out the energy from the
Oh.
chrysalis.
Yeah, I start explaining everything to everyone.
Now that the chrysalis is not in presence of Tila, we could hope that it has stopped the chrysalis from sucking more energy out,
Right.
and that it has stabilized. It's still in critical condition. Like, let's not use it. Let's leave it as it is.
Yep.
But one could hope that the fact that we stopped sucking energy out has at least stopped it from getting worse and worse and worse.
You're
Well, how does
absolutely correct. I'm terrified about what an extra dimension is doing to this. It went in glowing.
Yes.
I don't know what glowing means in terms of the state of which nova happens.
Question as well. Tila was attuned to it, correct?
Yes, it was an item that kind of adjusts to your body, what I understood.
So hopefully by her attuning to it, it doesn't continue.
Well, she
even if she's-
shouldn't be attuned anymore. It's only when it's in contact.
Which
Okay.
is why I'm hoping the fact that she's not in contact with it has kind of stopped that energy from coming out of the chrysalis. I guess we'll figure out in an hour if everybody survives or not.
That doesn't make me feel
with-
great.
All due respect, Izrael, I think that you and I should avoid Fiera until after this hour.
I
It's my
mean,
job to
that's
protect
a
you.
good idea.
I completely understand, but due to the nature of these things, even if we're not in the same room as Fiera, if it goes boom, we all go boom.
If the farther we're away, the better. Can we stay on the other side of town? I cannot have you go kaboom on my watch. I would never forgive myself, even in my death.
How about this? I'll go somewhere. I'll probably wait like half an hour. Yeah, no, I feel like I should go to the water. I feel like the water might help, but I'm not sure.
The water's just in the middle of the city.
Well, I have a half an hour to go for a walk.
Please be safe and come back with all of your limbs. We still need your brain.
So when I rolled my telepathic thing, it was for 8 hours, if I remember correctly. How many hours has it been?
Yeah, I think it's like it was like long over for a long time actually. I just assumed
Oh,
since you first casted it during the morning and it's now evening.
Oh,
okay.
right.
That's
We
probably
kind of went over it.
Yeah, but I just
Um,
assumed you would have just done it again, so I was like, I was not gonna be.
Oh,
picky
okay.
about it.
Let me roll to see.
Ah,
Okay, well, that was So it still would be out because that's only 2 hours.
Yep.
So we'll do.
Oh, I just realized I have a better spell I could have used. Oh, it's only for against creatures though. Never mind.
So
Hmm.
4 hours. That would probably still be up if it's evening. Right?
Well, you woke.
That's a total of 12 hours.
Total of 12 hours. You woke up at like, what, 7, right? Went there. It's now 10 in the evening. Which is 15 hours.
That's 15 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
And there you
So we
have
have an
it.
hour left.
Here we go.
2 hours, I think, right? So 17
3.
hours.
Okay, well, I guess
12,
wish me luck.
17. Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
And I'll start going for a walk.
3 hours steps
Forward.
inside.
A canal.
And you walk on the canal, look at the people who are busily now starting to go back to their homes. And you can also start to see crescenting on the far horizon, even though it is clearly evening, almost like a firewall of just this purple orange sheet of light of the approaching high storm kind of making its way to you.
Wonderful. Whew. Yeah, I'm just looking at my spells to see if I have anything to counter an explosion, and I don't. Do we need to send a message to anyone before I get knocked out here?
And are you saying that in your head?
No, this is Fiera talking out loud at a bridge.
Oh God.
Out as Eric has mentioned an explosion, and nobody wants to be near me because they think we're going to die. It's no, she's.
Hey, in
great.
my defense, I did say all no disrespect.
Right. No, that's I get it. I get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I will send one message to Vermin Goldstaub, the gentleman that sent us here and also has the mark. I'll keep it brief. Evening. Hope you have shelter for the coming storm. We found a promising lead. Meet tomorrow to compare notes.
Message goes out. You receive a response. Says, "Oh, fine work. Good hearing you're still okay. Currently in COVID. Won't be able to make it tomorrow. Maybe later date." Message ends.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'll wait till the half-hour point, and I'll make sure I'm not too close to anyone. I don't know what's gonna happen anymore.
Okay, well, you can tell me on the map where you want to stand.
Where's the inn? Can you ping it?
Yeah, the inn is right over here. Oh wait, I'm stupid. It's right over here.
Okay. I probably walked over here by the water.
Okay, so I can do the double thing. Oh wait, it doesn't. My assistant isn't using the new. Wait, it's reloading. My assistant was neglecting his duties. But now I can. Do you want to go?
I might get like draw a little circle here, right here.
Yeah. Okay. And for the frame of reference, you guys are over here. Very well. You go over to that bridge.
Okay. Can I get next to the water?
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. I'll do that thing where you kind of like, pull up your pants a little bit, sit down, get your feet wet, kick in the water a little bit, get comfortable.
Ah, okay. Sitting by the docks.
Yep.
See a few other couples kind of walking past you. And kind of, some risk takers like to, take a walk just before storm comes. And some people like to sit alone with a bomb in their wrist. Different types of people around here. Yeah, the stage is yours. What do you do? Yeah.
Okay. I will submerge my hand under the water. And flick my wrist.
Okay.
So that it would appear right on my hand.
The first thing you feel is something cold touching your hand. A piece of metal. As your grip becomes firm and you hold the amulet in your hand and nothing will happen.
Okay, I'll lift it out of the water and just look at it, see if it's still intact.
It still seems perfectly fine. As looks exactly like when you found it. Chest.
Oh, well, I kind of want to play a prank. With Fiera, play a prank. Trying to be lighthearted. It could go badly.
It's the new Fiera era. Come on.
Let's roll for it. 11 and above, I play a prank. That would probably go badly.
You and your bad
There you
decisions.
go.
Oh, now
What do
you
you
will.
know?
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Okay, if I look behind my shoulder, I can see the inn, right?
Yep.
Like the roof.
Yep.
Oh man.
How deep's the water?
It's not super deep. It's like 15 feet deep.
That's actually perfect. No, I rolled for it. I'll do it. I'll stand up on the dock, put the amulet away in my satchel, point my hand at the water, and cast Pulse Wave, shooting a wave of forceful energy down at the water to try to make an explosion.
Okay, what level of spell is Pulse Wave again?
I only have a 4th level spell slot, so...
Okay. You aim your hand into the water and unleash this pulse, but immediately as you do it, you feel an arcane surge in your vicinity as the spell gets put out of your hand as it gets counterspelled. As you then hear a voice behind you say, I was noticing a few weird things around here. When I've guessed you to try something so stupid.
I look around to look at whoever did that.
Kind of turn around and you can see standing right behind you, an extremely tall figure with very, very long draping robes with a silver color, long white beard, even for an elf. Eyebrows that kind of go down the side. And very long silver hair that kind of blows in the wind. And very distinctive, glowing silver eyes that shine and illuminate the dark nightscape.
It has to be Zephagus, right?
Are you saying that?
Yeah, no, I'm blown away. You have to be Zephagus, right?
One of many names people call me by, yes.
I quickly just, fix my robe and pat myself off. I'm so sorry. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Fiera.
Well, I've noticed you've been causing a bit of mischief, not only inside of my tower, but it seems like also in my city. Is this a common occurrence for a wizard out of Canaan?
You've met others? Well, of course you have. Sorry, I was trying to... It's been very stressful lately. I was trying to let loose a little bit.
Well, I don't blame you. I feel similarly nowadays.
I was actually gonna play a prank on my friends. And I pull out the amulet. They told me this was gonna explode.
Yes, it would have.
Wonderful. That's why I was by myself. And I put it back. Well, you know the rest.
Well, your tiny little prank, maybe do not use such hostile spells inside of, well, my town in the future.
Of course.
Good. Well, have a good evening then.
Oh, sorry, I know the storm's coming. Do you have a minute or two?
You're a human. You know a minute is very precious to your kind.
That's why I asked for it, because this could be the most important minute of my life.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh.
Oh boy. God.
Natural one.
Pretty close. Pretty close. That makes sense. I got my net 20 for the joke, so...
Kind of looks back,
Says, now is not the time. Maybe some other day.
Well, I'll do my best to earn that then.
kind of looks one time back and just kind of squints at you. And you just get this feeling of he can read everything you are thinking, doing, or have ever thought about. This is one of, if not the wisest men on this continent.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, yeah.
And as you're kind of caught in the stare, you blink and he's gone. As though he was never there.
Well, that was embarrassing. I say out loud. Okay. I'll make my way back to the group.
put yourself back together and then walk back to the inn, where you arrive in a room filled with 3 maybe worried people.
Just
Yeah,
soaking wet.
right. Yeah, I'll just walk to the middle of the room, and then wrist pocket it back out. It's fine.
Oh boy.
Actually, I'll toss it to Eric. Will it be useful in its current state, or I guess how quickly do we want to upgrade it?
Oh, well, I'm not gonna work on it now. Like maybe it'll. We can try to use it in, some way when we upgrade it or make a new thing for it. But I'm not doing anything with it right now. Gotta let it. It's just leave it be.
Understood.
Because I mean, I've already got an idea for what we could do for her. So, like, just to make an upgrade. But yeah, let's just not play around with that quite yet.
That's fair. So never mind.
No, not a good
What's
time
on
to.
your mind?
No.
It seems we have a new watcher. Someone's interested in what we're doing.
What did you do?
One of these days, I will happily say nothing, and that will be true. But not today. So I was gonna play a prank. As it didn't go off, I was gonna make a little bit of a water thing happen. And then you guys would have been like, "Oh, what happened, Fiera?" And then I could just laughed when you guys ran to the water, and so I was fine. But no,
Oh, you need a
Zephyrus.
vacation.
I do, yes. Yes. But no, as I was preparing to do that, apparently Zephyrus, Silverstein himself, has been watching what we've been up to and saw I was doing something at the water that was a little bit dangerous. He noticed the locket and noticed I was going to cast a spell and intervened. I'm guessing he's been watching us ever since we have gone to his archive.
Well, he's
So-
probably watching everybody in the entire city.
That would be difficult.
Oh. So the man that we wanted to impress and get on our side to potentially help us now knows us through a failed prank.
And are you sure he was watching all of us, or is he just watching you since you got kicked out of the archives?
It might have just been me, but I have a feeling he knows who goes into the golden section at least, and that
I'm
was
sure
all.
he has eyes on his towers at all times.
Also, it sounds like he knows some people I'm acquainted with, so.
Even better.
But no, this is a good thing. We wanted to be on his radar and successful. Only took a couple hours.
Ooh.
I don't think that was the way that we intended to get on his radar.
No.
I don't think it's a bad way, though. It's not the best
Exactly.
way. It's not the best way. I do wish we could have had a normal conversation with him first. But at the same time, did you tell him it was a prank?
Yes.
Okay, so at the very least, he's gonna think we're dumb.
Yeah, I didn't feel like I could do any lie in front of him. It looked like he was looking into my soul, and he looked like the wisest man I've ever seen in my life.
Great, another magical fancy person. I love those
Right.
people.
It seems a lot of people are watching what I'm doing. I need to be a little. Okay, no, we've been through this. I need to be more careful. All I wanted to do was make a little bit of splash of water.
Did you use a little bit of magic or a lot of magic?
I look away.
That's where there might have been a bit of an issue. Usually you need to do a little something like this, and I do thaumaturgy to just like make the windows like that's a prank.
Yeah, good one.
Arya just starts rubbing her temples. Like, what in the world did I get myself into?
But yeah, that was my last spell. Did we want to check in with Cinnifer or Harold? Unfortunately, I can't send any more spells. I'm pretty tapped.
And just
I
toss
wonder why.
and just toss you both the sending stones.
Hey, not everyone says they've been counterspelled by one of the most powerful wizards in Azathia.
Maybe maybe we should let them know that we're back in Delit Solis for a couple days, just in case they want to reach us or meet
Well, we
with
should
us
tell
once
them
the
about the mission, right? Cinnifer's in the city with Calyx. There's also individuals there that are aiding him from Colis. And Harold's working mainly against those people in Tellus. So I guess what can we give them to aid them, or what kind of update can we give them towards some sort of goal?
Well, we could tell Cinnafor about the pamphlet that we had found.
Yeah,
that
that's
we
good.
might
Well,
be we could potentially be one step closer to knowing more about the origins of this curse and everything.
adding that it could be. Well, we know it's connected to Litnius in some way. They might have created him.
Accidentally or not, yeah.
But either way, I did toss you both of the stones.
To me or Izra?
To you.
Oh, I don't know if I would be able to catch both of them. Yep. Okay. Oh god, do I know which is with? Like, the rocks to me. Which one's which? It'd be really awkward to send a message to the wrong person. Do you know?
Do we know at all?
Well, I mean, I have to have them labeled somehow.
Yes, you've asked this before. You have them
Yeah.
labeled.
So I just look at them and I'm like, oh, there's an H on that one.
Okay, so I assume that's Harold. What do we want to tell him? Or I don't know what we can do to aid him. Maybe we could ask that.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe we could ask him what we can do from here that could help him.
Help him specifically?
Well, help the cause that he's working for. Because
I think at that meeting he mentioned wanting links between people of Azathia and Tellus. There was some sort of trade going on. But, I mean, we're heading north. Eventually.
Maybe just tell him that we're going to be heading towards
the
Sin of
border.
Force.
Okay. Oh boy, 25 words. Let's see. Keep it simple with Harold. Okay, I will use the rock for Harold. I've been watching the war between Tellus and Canaan. Demon influences everywhere. We head to the border of Colis and where? Azathia. How can we help?
Message goes out. You receive a delayed response. You hear Harold's voice out of your head. He says, any connection towards dark resistance inside of Azathia made my way to the cliffs of Decidium. Have approached Zalnia's castle. They have set up camp at Helios Gate, awaiting storm.
Yeah, I'll pass that on to everyone. Seems like the news I got was right, that new legions have been sent to push back the forces of Tellus, and they're stuck at the gate for now. Harold's keeping a close eye on them. He's quite close, actually. But he's still looking for a link between who's working to aid them from Azathia. Because they're sending them resources, right? If they sent them a chrysalis, he mentioned some sort of armor or metal or material. I think the best we can do to aid him is just find the individuals and make them known, and then work with him to end them. Which means going back to Sinir or Corvalli. Do you guys, I point to kind of Azrael and Arya, do you want to go back home? It seems like there's a lot of trouble there if they're aiding the Stark Resistance, and
There is nothing I want more than to go home. The problem is, I do not know if home is still home.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Home is where I spent my childhood, but I haven't spent any length of time there since I was young. I want to see how things are being influenced there for myself rather than just reading about it. But I also fear going there could bring Izarel into some sort of trap. And that terrifies me.
Right.
Since we're gonna be spending at least a day here, perhaps tomorrow when you regain some ability, we could check in on how my father is doing and see if things are a little more stable for us to perhaps head south.
Mm. Well, I can do that, for sure.
Well, since we have agreed to spend a couple days here, I'm guessing we're probably gonna have some time to do that because I just start like knocking on all of the furniture around us, and I'm like, knock on wood, we shouldn't need to defend ourselves in the next couple of days.
Well, remember after the last high storm, there was an immediate attack. It's not as safe as it used to be. But whatever resources I have, at the end of the day, I can expand.
Yes, obviously, like I wouldn't ask you to do this like first thing in the morning because, like you said, we never know.
Yeah, then I'll take the stone for Cenifer. Let's say, evening. We found Calyx's origin. We're heading to find his end at the beginning. A lichness massacre in blood. My people may be the cause.
Message goes out. And after a while, leave a message back. Let's see what she's gonna say. 25 words is always so hard.
I know it's tough.
You come up with yours really quick, though.
I have a
Like-
word counter. I use a word counter. It's just that I have to.
Yeah, and I am forced to do it fairly quickly.
You're the GM. You can be a little rough. 20, 30,
Yeah,
whatever.
I have to be. There's good news. Interesting things happening here. They are using him as a sort of catalyst. They made new members. They aren't the same anymore.
Yeah, I already knew most of that. Shoot.
Our worst fears are coming true. They're using him for their benefit.
There's something we're missing. So the people of Colas. See, we don't even know if it's the king's people. We assume it is that captured him. But remember, they're at war with another faction. People from underground. So if the king of Colas sent him here, which he probably did because the military is here, that means they're in league with the people who are working with Tellus. Because the gentleman I spoke to from the arena, the rich guy, captured me, yada yada, killed Renapila. He seems to be working with them as well, and he's working with a blood mage. This faction is just insane, and then they're working with people from my home, from a legion that's supposed to be following the angel's will. This corruption is just it's massive. And it's such a big plot. I just hope that if we do head north, that we find a way to stop Calyx and slow them down a little bit. But I guess that's for another day as well. Because, yeah, we really should relax for a couple days. Otherwise, we'll run forward with no plan and no preparations and get cursed again or something.
How's Tila?
Leaping.
We came back and we just started arguing.
Well,
Are we in the room with Tila?
I assume so. Yeah, you just put
I
it on the.
think
Probably.
we haven't moved.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave her alone, so.
Dang, I paid for 2 rooms when we've only been using 1.
No, I think you've been sleeping separately. Just
Yeah.
you were
Yeah.
talking.
Okay.
Yeah. We're
Oh.
just arguing in this one.
How about for tonight, I, Azarel, and Arya, you can take this room. And then me and Arya can take the other. I just want to make sure Azarel's close, so that if anything does happen, you're the best equipped to take care of her.
I would indeed feel better if I spent the night here. Close, at least. Like you said. Not only... I would usually trust you with that, but since you are tapped out for the day...
I have nothing.
Yeah, I would feel better if at least one of us that has some magic left stayed close to her to keep an eye out.
Perfect. Alright, well, let's get some rest, let the storm pass, and tomorrow begin anew.
Okay. So you retreat to your respective rooms. You have now divvied up a bit differently. Await the second high storm since you've been together as a group. Oh, what a special moment.
In our room, I'm just gonna make sure everything's secured and nobody's in it.
That's smart.
Okay, we can make an investigation check. Or a perception, either way. That's a 27.
Ooh.
You,
Wow.
first of all, Look.
You found the assassin from campaign 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
You look under the
Yep.
bed because straight up, that is where the assassin campaign 1 was hiding, and you didn't look under the bed. And some supernatural instinct tells you to look under the bed, and you look under, but there's no face there, and you also touch it. Maybe he's invisible, but it seems like an empty space. And you start just waving your hands around throughout the room, and you don't hear or feel anything out of the ordinary. Also look out of the window. The windows are high storm proof, so it would be hard to break or to enter from the outside. And you feel fairly confident after checking every closet, nook and cranny inside of this room, even uplifting the pillows of Tila. It seems to be as safe as it can get for a high storm.
I'm gonna make my bed in front of the door, so if somebody opens it, they'd step on me.
Okay. And
Nice.
there you go.
And I will set up or ritually cast alarm near the door and make it audible so anybody can hear it if it goes off.
Okay.
And for fear, it's really simple. I literally just put like arcane sigils in the air. They just float, touch the wall, and then disappear.
Yep. Can be easily done. So your preparations for the evening have been made. One by one, you'll go to sleep. Take a rest. Your eyes close. And it fades to darkness as the encroaching high storm comes closer and closer during the evening. And Arya and Isorel, you would be kind of brought out of your meditation at the end as the heavy sounds of a sweeping thunderstorm is surrounding you from all sides. The wind hammering against your windows with rain pouring down like waterfall and crackling lightning every second or so, kind of illuminating the space through the windows. An experience to be sure, but you are quite used to it, and it seems like this interior is structurally safe enough. However, the sounds that the wind creates as it's kind of also rushing through the large canopy trees that surround the city also gives it a very ominous, suspenseful atmosphere. As you can also see like branches getting kind of lifted out and bashing against the sides of houses and stuff like that. A torrent of leaves that have been blown out from the trees itself, occasionally kind of just bash against the window. Some of them stick for a second and fly back out. And probably after a couple of hours, also Fiera and Eirik, you would be kind of jolted awake as the full brunt of the storm is currently over you. You'll successfully get a long rest. To do so, you are still in the middle of this raging high storm.
While we're before anyone else wakes up, I'm gonna look at Isorel and be like, wanna wager on some cards? And I pull out my cards and just kind of hold them out, like old time's sake.
Why not?
I don't
Been a
know
long
what-
time since we've done that.
I know. I don't know what card games else play, but
Okay, I actually have a few card games that you
Oh,
can
sweet.
that you can play with your dice. Let me just find them real quick so I can remember them.
yay, something new.
Yay!
They're actually quite fun.
Well, it's like there's nothing else that two elves are gonna do in the room when our other roommate is still sleeping.
That is very true.
And we have 4 hours to kill while the humans sleep.
Okay. Oh, Well, the one is you need a bank for it, so technically one of you could play the bank, and the other one just plays a player, because these are poker games. or you can play basically, which is a simulation of normal poker, where everyone first rolls 1d10, and then you kind of place in a bet, and then you roll 1d8, and then you can place another bet. You can either raise. It's like normal poker. Raise. What's the other term called again? My brain isn't working. Raise or call, or fold, and then you roll 1d6. Repeat the process 1d4. And at the end, you look whoever rolled the highest. And whenever you get a double, for example, if you roll a 2 on your 1d10 and a 2 on your 1d4, you can roll another of the lowest one that is the same. We just play it. It's easier to explain that way.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
do
let's
this.
do that. Let's do that.
So, do you have real dice on you? Because
Yes.
you obviously can't
Yes.
show what the other ones have. So you need 1d10, 1d8, 1d6, and 1d4.
I love this box too. It's got like a dragon on it.
It is
Okay.
filled
pretty
with
cool.
dice. Okay, which one do I take?
Okay. Then grab your d10. Roll it.
Oh, she's still looking.
Oh,
Oh,
she's
sorry.
searching for
Yeah,
dice.
I was looking for the dice my boyfriend got me as a gift. I haven't used them yet.
Okay.
So you said D10.
Yeah, d10. You have to remember those numbers. They're very important. Don't say them, obviously.
Yeah.
And then now you can place a bet. And usually you start with a bid, but since you're not in a casino, you wouldn't have to. But you can now place a bet how much money you want to wager, depending how good that number is. Starting with, I guess, Aria.
$3 copper.
I'll follow for 3 copper.
Okay, so you call. Then you all roll a d8 now. So Aria, once again, you can decide if you want to raise or call. I mean, what kind of math are you doing?
Me? Oh, I was just writing down like what I had rolled.
Oh, okay.
I will call.
Okay, keeping it at 3 copper, ISOL.
I will also call.
Actually, you know what? I'll raise it to 5 copper. We'll make it interesting.
Okay, so you're gonna add 2 to the pot.
Yeah.
That's how two elves gamble.
Yeah.
Call.
Yeah,
Call.
that is so true.
Okay, so we have a total pot of 10 copper, which is 1 silver.
Yes.
Or are you going to raise, or are you also just gonna call ISOL?
I'm gonna call.
Okay. Then you can roll 1d6 now.
Gotta be kidding me.
That's not a poker face.
That's how you buff. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, once again, Aria, you call a raise, I assume.
I'll raise a silver.
Oh, okay.
I will add a silver to that silver.
Oh, so you're gonna raise.
I'll call.
So you're gonna add 1 more silver then. Okay. Then, roll your last die 1d4.
Where's my D4? Oh, there it is.
Felicia's never heard of poker face before in her entire life. Don't you work at a casino?
I work at the hotel in the casino.
Okay. Well, you're the one who starts, so I assume you want to waste.
I don't know if this is a good decision or not. But we'll raise. We'll raise another silver.
Okay, another silver.
I will raise another silver.
Okay, so you're gonna add 2 silver to that pot.
Yes.
I'll call.
Okay, add 1 silver. Now you reveal your number. Okay, first say what you your D10 was.
It was a 2.
6.
Okay, your D8s.
It was a 2.
2.
Okay, since you have, like I said, you have doubled, so you rolled a 2 twice. Your dice explodes, so you can roll another D8, and that gets added.
Seven.
Okay, so you get an additional 7. Okay, your D6s now.
It was a 2.
What? Holy shit.
That's why I gave that look. Like, are you kidding me?
Okay, ISOL, what did you get?
5.
Well, your dice explodes again. So you can roll a D6 now.
It was a 2.
Holy shit. That means it explodes again. You can roll it again.
What's happening?
What the fuck?
I don't know. It was a 4.
Okay. Now the D4s.
That was a 4.
Okay.
That was a 2.
So now your dice explodes ISOL. So you can roll that again.
That is 2.
So that is a 2. So you
Guys,
can roll it again.
That is another 2.
Holy shit.
This is ridiculous. I'm not shitting you. That is a 2 again.
Okay, 4 2s in a row.
Please make it stop. That is a 1.
Okay,
Oh my
that
God.
is a 1. So, the winner of this is... That's 11, 13, 15, 19, 23 for Aria, and a total of 3, 5, 7, 9, 14, 16, and a 20 for Isra, which means Aria wins by 3 points. And you win a total
Wow.
of 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 silver.
Ooh.
So there's I give her 4.5, so 4 silver, 4 copper, 5 coppers.
Exactly.
Big game.
I
Man.
couldn't believe that when I was like 2, 2. I was like, are you for real right now?
Yeah, but in this game, that's a good thing. Like, you want to get the same dice over and over again. So actually rolling low on your high dice is actually better. If you look at it mathematically. Okay. Let's, just not to bore the other 2 players. I think you had the one good game.
We'll have to do it again with everybody.
Yeah, maybe with higher stakes, so it's actually a bit more exciting.
I don't know.
got a bunch of platinum.
Let's go. We're just gonna have a gambling arc for Eirik. He's just gonna become super wasted.
Yep.
God. That's
We'll
the last
play while
thing
we're
he needs.
drinking. We'll go to the tavern and we'll drink
Jeez.
one day and we'll just start playing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was fourfold luck. And you play that during the evening, maybe you lose some, you win some. But as I said, you all at some point are fully awake, not meditating, not sleeping.
Okay then. For some reason, it showed me that Arya did an unarmed strike critical on my screen. It just popped up.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Aoi just punches
That was-
Isoel because she won.
yeah. It was a critical hit for 1 point of damage. It was weird.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Still raining though, right?
Yeah, you are. It sounds like in the middle of a ice storm.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll shake Eric awake because he likes to sleep in. Hey, it's over. Well, it's not over, but sleeping time's over.
Okay. Okay.
Then go knock next door. Doot, doot, doot.
Hello?
Yes. You're awake? Everything okay?
Well, yeah, we're in here gambling.
Oh. Yeah, I'm trying to open the door, but there seems to be resistance.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I was sitting in front of it. Can I get up and let it in? Or let you in?
Thank you. Any sign of Vindel?
Actually, no.
I could send him a message, but he's probably working. It would be nice, I guess, let him know that we're here. And his sister's okay. Yeah, I should probably do that. Yeah, I'll send a really quick message to him. We're back and at the inn. Your sister's fine. We'll be in town for a while.
Message goes out. And
Don't do this.
a minute passes. 2 minutes passes.
He's sleeping.
5 minutes passes. And you don't get a message back. But you do know that high storms do tend to interfere with magic. But whether or not that's the case. So
Right. I'll be back. And I go downstairs and look for the owner.
okay. The Ono, which is a halfling, kind of sitting there, cleaning a few of the dirty cups, and you can see other patrons who are staying over for the ice storm or was just chilling and starting their breakfast. You see this small halfling kind of just looks up. Ah, hello, what can I do for you then?
Yeah, we're staying in 203 and 204. I believe you've met some of us. Has a gentleman, and I'll start describing Adele. You know, the site is, he's been working for the city for a little bit now. Have you seen him come by?
Oh, that young fella who's been running up the stairs all the time.
Yes, that'll be him. When was he here last?
I think last time I saw him was maybe like 3 days ago. Said he had some, well, he hired their maid to take care of his little sister, I think, and he said he'll be out for a while. I think he has something to do with the Green Vanguards, and he had their uniform on.
Right, he started working with them. They go out for excursions, right? It's a few days at a time.
Yes, he was talking about something like that. Gave me an extra bit of money to take care of the sister while he's gone.
Right. Do you know where they stay during like a high storm?
Well, I presume their barracks would make the most sense.
Is there a window I can look out of down here?
Yeah. There's a front-facing window.
I look out. How plausible would it be for me to go walking out there?
You go to the window and you literally see nothing other than the raindrops that hit the window.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll go back to the room. So I'm gonna hope it's fine, but I can't get a hold of him. And I'm slightly worried.
Would you be saying that in front of you? And I just like look over.
She's knock.
Yeah, I figured.
Like, unconscious.
I can't go anywhere, and I don't have any spells to travel in that. So I guess I wait.
Why don't we go get some breakfast?
Fine.
Izura?
Good idea. Breakfast is a good way to start the day.
And we can always bring back some up for...
Of
Hila.
course.
Okay.
since we can't do much anyway.
You step down and make use of the meals that are provided there. Scrambled eggs, sausages, white bread, a few veggies, carrots, and potatoes. The usual high-stone food. Yeah, and it gets served to you with any other drinks that you might have ordered and gets added to the tab.
Well, I guess we wanted to relax, but this is going to be a... I've never been stuck at an inn before.
I think it'll be fine. I guess it forces us to relax, right?
Sure.
Eric, what do you normally do during storms?
I mostly just stayed in my house. I had everything I needed there, just tinkered and made stuff. Don't have any of that now.
Kind of wish we just... No. I don't know if we could have stayed at the library. But I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm used to having access to all my stuff. A book to read, a map to make. Something.
I guess that's where I'm the oddball. I've moved around so much for work that I just never really had a spot just to be, except when I was a kid.
And you, Azrael, have been outside during a storm, haven't you? When you were at the... during your outside excursion years?
I mean, I was here, but also not really here. I was with my mentor. Some days I felt like I was in the woods. Some days I felt like I was in another plane. Some days I felt like I was kind of in between. I can't really describe what I went through. It's something you don't understand until it happens to you.
Oddly, I think I do understand.
Well, since you have seen the shadowy view, you kind of understand what I mean.
Yeah.
But before that, I used to stay in the comfort of my own room.
And as you are all milling about here, you see that other people on the far table also started playing a few card games. Some other are just kind of talking with each other, and time passes slowly, as it usually does during a high storm. Also kind of hard to tell how much time actually passes, since there isn't real much that could indicate that, since it's dark all the time.
I mean, we're at an inn, right? So, I mean, there's other patrons. Can't tell if there's like a... what would a merchant look like? Well, I guess I could just walk around and talk to people. I'm gonna try to find somebody that travels around as a merchant and just happens to be staying here because of the high storm.
Okay, so you're looking for a merchant.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what they sell or anything, just someone that travels and buys and sells and that kind of thing.
Okay, kind of look around. I guess you can give me an insight check to see if any one of them looks like a merchant.
Could I do persuasion if I'm kind of just... Because we have time to ourselves, I'll just kind of talk to people, you know, ask what they're
Oh,
doing
yeah,
here.
Sure.
You know, just
I thought you were
small talk.
first checking them out before you wanted to approach them, but yeah, if you just approach them.
Oh my god, I cannot roll.
Sheesh,
I
yes.
can only roll for pranks. Okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
ooh, it's crazy. Yeah,
She's turning into a bard.
yeah, it seems like most people here are like either, you know, your typical adventurers staying in, who have, you know, earned enough money doing, you know, odd quests and stuff like that, or regular patrons who just happen to be in this inn when the storm hits. None of them seemed responsive when you asked whether or not they were merchant, and they like to want to stay in their own two circles for the time being.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, I'll go to the... Is there like, there's a counter, is there like a person that's taking like drinks or like food orders? Or is that just half-elf owner? Or
Halfling.
half-lane?
He seems to be doing most of the work. But there are a few maids, like the one taking care of Tila, for example.
Oh, I guess I'll wave her over at one point.
Okay.
Say, excuse me, I don't think I ever got your name. You're in charge of checking on Tila, right?
Oh, yes. Greetings. You must be familiar with
I'm
Ender.
Fira.
Nice to meet you. Ah, yes, Ender. Told me about you. Yes, my name is Zintar.
Lovely. And what kind of... racial traits does she have going on?
She seems to have a bit of pointy ears, but not distinctly long as Isover or Arya, so you would presume a half-elf breed. Has a few freckles on her face, kind of medium brown hair that only go to her shoulders, and a stubby little nose.
Okay. Well, thank you for doing that. That's appreciated. I've been traveling around, so I haven't been able to watch her, and I'm trying to keep Indel busy. Trying to experience more life than watching his sister, which is admirable, but there's more out there, and, well, you know how it goes.
Yes, I mean, we Closers really wanted to also go out and see the world, but not for everyone.
It's quite dangerous, so honestly that's probably a good thing.
Indeed.
So I came across some strange ore upon my travels. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. Do you know somewhere in the city that deals with like smelting, or is there a place here that I guess makes coins and they would buy ore to make, you know, like if the ore I had is like gold, would they buy that and melt it down to gold coins?
Oh, you say. We don't really have a forgery inside of here. So we have a arcane shop. They usually are quite interested in any rare materials that they can use for their enchantments. Get a few sellers of peculiar goods that stumble inside of this inn. There's also a pawn and collectible shop inside of the city. P-A-W-N.
Pawn, guys, pawn.
Oh,
That's like,
Alternative
whoa.
view.
pawn.
I was like, there's
Yep.
no way I heard what he just said, the way that I thought I heard it.
You said so straight faced. I was like, okay.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
4 brains all connected.
yeah. I was like, don't say the one word. It sounds similar. Don't say it. And then I was thinking, oh, I said it.
I would love to know what a porn collectible shop was.
I mean, just go.
Yeah.
Just go to Japan and
yeah.
you'll find out.
Oh man.
I'm good.
I'm good.
A pawn
Yes.
and collectible shop. And she continues to say with a straight face. If you don't have any luck with them, the general store is the best place to sell any sort of goods. I'm pretty sure they would be pretty happy to accommodate any valuable goods that you want to get rid of.
Interesting. And is it the Griffin's Feather, I believe, is the some sort of arcane shop?
Oh, no. That is just the supplier for quills, pens, and parchments. The magic shop is called the Ventricate of Swords and Brooms.
Swords and braids. Griffin's Feather for supplies. I need that one too. Perfect. Well, I guess I can try my luck at one of those. Let me can help me with this. So I have a gold coin, but it was struck by a sword when someone was trying to steal my purse,
Oh,
and it kind of bent. Where would you go if you had to get that replaced? 'Cause I don't think a lot of people want it. I've tried to use it, but they kind of think it's worth less than it normally is.
make a persuasion check. Some. Or deception, persuasion or deception, your choice.
I mean, that's probably deception. I'm not telling the truth whatsoever.
Yeah.
I never used deception. Where is it on this thing?
It's towards the top. It's right
There
under.
it is. Here doesn't lie. Unless it's about a bent coin, apparently.
Kind of looks at you like weirdly. This is like a oddly specific thing that has happened to you. And she's like, I mean, if it's just a bent coin, I'm pretty sure most people would just accept it. It's more like the material. If it's still gold, then people will be happy to take it. But I guess, yeah, usually to a bank. So I don't think we don't really have a bank inside of Delos Solis. You would have to go to Ovalmir. You might, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that if you go to the pawn shops, they are famous for being, well, a bit weird, and they will do all sorts of weird stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if they had tools and implements to fix your coin.
No. Interesting. Well, that seems like a good way to go about it. Well, thank you so much. I think I knew around here, so I'm just trying to get the lay of the land and figure out how to spend my coin.
No worry, happy I can help you, and well, if you're trying to look for the pawn shop, it's called Bits and Bobs.
It's, well, that's perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, I guess, sorry, unless, I mean, we have time, I suppose. Zeph, I guess, I heard he doesn't come around too much, that he's kind of, you know, busy in the capital, doing politics and all that sorts. How often does he come here? Do you know?
Oh, I think he, well, it's always well, you're definitely from outside. Yes, his real self is mostly not in the city, but he has a lot of, I guess, no better words than to express it as clones that roam the city quite often.
That seems unique. Can you go up and talk to them, or how does that work?
Well, they aren't visible. They are mostly invisible, and they just kind of keep and watch out on the streets. He said himself he doesn't really trust larger establishments to take care of the city, so he rather do it himself, and I guess the best way to do it if you are a mage is to clone yourself. And that is what he
Wow.
has apparently done. So I cannot verify whether or not that's true. I've never seen one, and I like to keep it that way, actually.
Right, because if you were to see one, you were probably doing something wrong.
Most likely.
Huh. That's quite insightful. Do they report? I mean, I don't know if anyone would know. Do they report to him?
I'm pretty sure they share all information that gets processed. So it's like one big brain, but it's just divided up into multiple parts. I mean, their city is colloquially known as the Eye of Knowledge, and that's kind of a, but the insiders, like he has an eye on the city. It's kind of the gnome that is.
Yes. I've
into that.
seen one of these eyes. Huh. Well, between you and me, because why would he be in the inn? Do you think he's the most powerful wizard in Azathia?
I mean, probably either him or Kovus, or maybe one of the other two Atrium High Mages. So, Zephygus and Kovus definitely have a larger reputation, that's for sure. Maybe not the strongest, but definitely the wisest is what I would put my money on.
He seems to value knowledge quite a bit.
He does indeed.
Well, thank you so much for your time and taking care of Tila.
No worry. And I think it's about my time to actually get her food. Oh, have a nice day. And if you need anything else, just let me know.
Of course.
She goes on her ways. Okay, anyone else want to do something as you're kind of sitting idly in the tavern during this high storm?
Did I overhear Kiera talking to the lady about the coin?
I don't think Fiero was trying to be particularly stealthy about it, so yeah, sure.
What is stealthy though?
It's something that I'm good at. So I'm just gonna walk up to Fiera, like, folded gold coin, huh?
But I'm not used to this lying thing.
You know, there's better ways to go about it.
Oh, I mean, please show me. I learned absolutely nothing about what we can do with the objects we found and how to make them more suitable.
Well, I don't know what I can do with it, but I know my way around a forgery kit. So I might be able to tamper with them to make them look more normal.
See, there are... When I open up my book, I go to the page that has... I don't think I've named that floor yet. There are over 1,000 that you would have to work on.
Well, I can always just check it with like one to see if it works. And then if it works, I can always put in more work.
There has to be a simpler method.
Just an option.
Well, once we get our access back, I do want to spend a day looking over spells, as this library has many. So maybe I can find one to change them. If I can do it in a few seconds, that'll be a lot easier than going one by one.
True. That would take forever.
Yes.
Well, since we're all kind of stuck here, there's not much that we can really do. Israel and I were playing cards earlier, if you and Eric want to play.
Sure. I guess I'm curious what card games you Azathians play. That'd be interesting.
Go up to Eric. Hey, Eric, you want to play some cards?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just sitting here drawing things, so nothing else to do. Yeah, go ahead. Let's go.
Okay. So you all get together to... Maybe I can change the mood here a bit. I got a bit more cheerful music. I don't think I have any cheerful music here. I should have... Where is it?
We could play with that imaginary platinum that we have.
Yes, here we go. Okay, folks. It is time to put your money where it's worth. So, since you're not 4 people, I mean, you could technically, like, there's the other table of people also playing cards. If you wanna try
You
and
want to get a
challenge
big
them.
game going?
Yeah, I mean,
It's your game.
never hurts.
Okay.
Hey, people over there.
You see one male wood elf who's deeply invested in a game, and a female dwarf kind of look over, and they seem to be sitting in front of the other person, and the other person seems to be also like a not bartender, but like a servant, who's currently dealing out the cards, and they'll kind of look over, and the kind of male wood elf says, "What is it?"
We're thinking about getting some cards going. If you guys want to join us, or if we could join you.
Kind of looks at his own hand and says, "Yeah, sure. This is wasted anyways. I fold." And the kind of dwarf woman kind of just shouts, "Yeah, fortunately I got a bit of corn from here. Sure, the more people, the more corn I can get. Come on, sit around." And kind of hastily makes space for the other one. And the bartender kind of looks a bit overwhelmed. Seems to also be a male half-elf. Looks very similar to the other maid, probably siblings or so of same hair color. And they say, and he says, well, oh my god, I closed my tab. Well, which game should we play? And he says, how about we play a bit of cracked ice? And then the
Sure.
dwarf kind of looks at him. Oh, cracked ice, big risk and big reward. Alright. Have you ever played cracked ice before?
Have I ever heard of it?
You probably would have, definitely. So, this is a very interesting game mechanic. You have to be at least 4 players to play it. You're 6, so that works. And the way it rolls is you each get 4d4, which you have to roll privately. After that, you have to give 2 of your dice to the player to your right. So you have to decide in a minute in which order you're going to sit. Now, your goal is to get a higher number than the bank. In this case, it is, the dealer, the bartender. However, if one player has 4 times a 4, every player loses and the bank wins. And if one player has 4 times a 1, the players win. The bank, instead of rolling 44, rolls 3d6.
Alright.
That understood? So you're gonna roll 44, keep it to yourself, can't reveal it to anything, and you will have to give 2 of your dice to your member of the right. This is gonna be a bit difficult to do online, I'm noticing.
Oh, we can whisper to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all roll 44 to start though.
Yeah, so actually what you can do is you can type inside of Roll20 /R or just /GR and then 4d4, and then only I will be able to see whatever you roll.
/GR.
Okay, that's creepy. That's exactly what I rolled with my own dice. That's really creepy.
Okay, who hasn't rolled? It is Eirik.
Didn't work. What was it again?
/GR space 4d4.
Oh, space.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're just gonna... I will write down a order on how you're sitting. Where do you wish to sit? I would say the 2 that were already on table are sitting on the very left side. So the wood elf is on the very furthest left, and then the kind of female dwarf comes after that.
I'll probably be sitting next to the wood elf.
I'll sit next to the door.
Okay, so we've got Aria here, we got Fiera here. So
I'd be sitting next to Arya.
So here. And Eirik, well, there's only one place for you to be. So it's between
Wherever it is.
Isaiah and Eirik. Okay, so now you have to give 2 of your dice to the member of your left. So, Fiera, you have to give 2 dice to Eirik. Eirik, you have to give 2 dice to Israel. Israel, you have to give 2 dice to Arya. And Arya, you have to give 2 dice to the Wood Elf. I'm also noticing it's a bit of cheating because I have to play for the 2 and I can't see all of the dice, but whatevs.
And so we want to have the highest dice. Is that what we want?
Yeah, you want the highest possible number. However, if any one of you has 4d4 at the end of this, you all lose. If any of you has 4 1s, you all win. If no one has 4d4s or 4d1s, then you just see if any one of you has a higher number than the bank.
Okay.
How much money are we putting into this?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The small bit here is 1 gold, so you have to put 1 gold in to play the game, and then you can put however much you wish to kind of, yeah, it depends how much you want to put before you give your dice to the person right to you. This is for the Wood Elf. Oh my god, holy shit, this is crazy. It's not super crazy.
Talk about poker faces.
Yeah, I never said I was a good poker player. And then slash GR44. Okay. That was the Wood Elf. So the Wood Elf is going to give the Dwarf these 2. And then now who is it? The Dwarf will give Fiera I guess we can just, I think the smartest decision is we just all write, we type it inside simultaneously what we're going to give, and then we just count to 3, and then we all just press enter.
Oh.
And then so the.
Because otherwise you would have like 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So we will just write it in, and I will count 1, 2, 3, and then we just press enter.
I'm just to make sure I'm receiving from Eirik, right? Okay. Good.
Yeah. Okay. Have you all typed it in?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, then 3, 2, 1. 1 and 1. Okay, so now we have to see what the result is. So, I guess Fiera, what do you have at the end of this?
Pretty sure I got that.
Wait, I got from who again? Sorry.
You got
from me.
from Fiera.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
So you need to know all 4 of my dice.
Yeah, what are your now
Right,
4 dice that you now have?
2-2-2-1.
2-2-2-1 for Fiera. Okay, Eirik, what do you have?
3-3-1-1.
3-3-1-1. Isoel, what do you have?
4-3-3-1.
Very good. Then Aria, what do you have?
So I got from Skit. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got from me. Yeah.
Okay. So 3-3-4-1.
For 1.
We have the same
The same
score.
numbers.
Holy shit. Then the Wood Elf guy has 3, 4. From Aria, 2-2. And the Dwarf Lady gets 1, 2. Gave it 2-1, which means 1, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so now the bank rolls. Since there's no 4-4-4s or 1-1-1s, there's no automatic win. They roll 3d6, and then we never established how much money you actually wanted to put in the thing, so we would just say you did your minimum bet of 1 gold and you didn't do anything.
Practice round.
Exactly,
Yeah,
practice
yeah.
rounds.
Yes.
And they have a total of 6. So anyone who was under a 6, which is literally no one. Oh my god. No, why did I say...
Oh, I'm at 6.
Yeah. And it's... Well, I must say stupid. Why did I say 3d6? It's 4d6. I went harder. No, okay, you know, I will take the original command and we'll add 1d6, so it would be 8. That would be too crazy. Holy shit. Okay, so Fiera, you have 7 total, which means you lose.
Yeah, about, yeah.
Eirik, you have a total of 8, which is the same as the bank, which means you lose. Isoel, you have
11.
exactly 11, so you win, so you receive 1 gold. Aria, you also have 11, so you also win. The Wood Elf has also more than 8, so they also win, and then the female dwarf loses. Okay, now have you understood the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, now you can play properly. So 1 gold to play. Can take that off, and then you can roll your first d4 of your 4d4s silently. Don't forget /gr44. Roll for my guy over here. Okay. And I shouldn't look at the numbers. Okay, and now you can put how much money you want to put in the pot. However much you put in, you will win from the bank.
So all ones, we all win, right?
Yep.
And then if you have all 4s, everybody loses?
Yep.
Yeah, my gold's low enough.
I can always hand you guys gold.
You want us to write our gold into the chat?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so I have to think. What would they do?
Oh, Eirik.
You know, I think I'll watch.
You're gonna pass?
Yep.
So you're gonna fold?
I fold the dice.
Okay, so...
Fold them in time and space.
Yeah, well, it's out of the game, which means you will now receive the dice from the dwarf lady. And she will give you... What did she get again? Probably that. Okay, I guess we just have to write it down. So if you're ready, and two from her, and then one from this dwarf. This is wood elf. Okay, are you ready? I'll also put the money inside. Five gold pieces, because they're crazy. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
A lot of ones in there.
We will start with the dwarf lady, who gives a 1 and 2 to you, Eirik. So you got a 1, 2. Eirik, you give 2 1s over to Isorel.
Yep.
Means what do you have?
8.
Total, okay. And then Isorel, you give 3 2 to Arya. So what do you have?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that is what I rolled, which is why I was like, holy shit, last time. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And you are giving 2 2 to the wood
Yep.
elf, who has now 2 2 4 4. And then the dwarf receives 2 1s from thing, so they have 1 1 1 1 1 4 4. Okay, so no 1 1 1s or 4 4 4 4s, but Eirik, if you want to say,
I rolled 1 1 1 1.
which is insane.
I had such a good roll, and I had to give away
Yeah.
some dice.
I had a 1, 4, and 2 2s.
I had 3 3 3 2.
Okay, well, we still have to see the bank, what they roll. A 16,
Oh,
which means they probably win. Everything, so you all lose the money that you have put in, which is 2, 5, and 3 gold. You wish to continue playing.
Yep.
here, do you need some gold?
You know, give the chance aren't quite for me. I like tests of skill, but I don't think anyone around here has a chessboard.
So we'll look at
You
each other.
think chess is skill?
It takes practice and knowledge and strategy.
You're just moving things around a board. Taking a chance that your opponent's gonna do something wrong.
And if you're smarter, then you can take advantage of that.
I mean, I thought you were gonna be all like, oh, let's do some knife throwing or something. But chess, you dropped chess on us.
It must be a. I don't want to say. I'm gonna say it. It must be a higher people thing, because I played chess through my childhood with my father.
See? And he is a wise and smart man.
I mean, I'm not taking that away from you guys. I'm just saying. You said, oh, games of skill, and you dropped chess. All the things you could have said.
It takes a lot of patience and insight and
And getting your hand slapped when you make stupid mistakes.
Yes, also.
I'm familiar with that as well. Yeah.
So a lot of patience and insight are two things I don't have. So let's just continue playing what we're playing now.
Yeah.
And I'll watch.
Alright. How about we raise the stakes a bit? Let's make the entry bid 10 gold.
Ooh.
Sure.
Alright.
Sure.
Very well, 10 gold it is. And you'll place 10 gold.
Alright, it's subtracted.
Yep.
Okay. Then, once again, 4d4s. And this time I won't look. Look at what to do. Actually, it isn't. I just have to close this screen and I won't see it. Haha! And then I will roll. Yeah.
Oh, can I look for shenanigans while the game's going on?
Yeah, you can definitely do that. In fact, I will also say that the dwarf lady will sit next to between Irik and Isorel, and I'm only doing that because then I also can't. Like, because if they sit next to each other, then it's difficult for me to separate those two because I see
Right.
both of them, and that way it's like.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, it's literally no way not to
Ow.
cheat. So I will rewrite this order again. So it is Ioric, Dwarf, Lady, Isorel, Arya, and then the Wood Elf. That's everyone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we gotta choose two. The Wood Elf is gonna depart with these two, and they are gonna depart with 2-2. You're making a perception check, Fiera.
Just making sure they're not trying to. I don't know. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
fudge anything, change anything out. all
fiddling
that stuff.
around. Yeah. It, at least for this round, doesn't seem like anyone is attempting to do anything. And okay, Dwarf is gonna give. And we'll also put in a big 50 gold into the pot additional. Gonna go big whiskey, and then the wood elf is going to put that, and we'll also raise to also 50 gold actually. You know what? No, he's a bit crazy. 55 gold.
Can I look at them and do an insight check to see if they're just completely bluffing right now?
You can definitely make an insight check. Yeah.
Got the gambler's gaze.
Yeah, 16. Well, there's no real like bluffing in this game. Since you are like trying to work with each other to a certain degree, right? And you aren't taking money away from each other, you're only winning money from the bank. So you get a sense from him at least that he doesn't want you to give him a certain number. Is what you gain from that inside check.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
And how much do they all
Oh
put
yeah,
in?
yeah, yeah. And do you put extra in? Like you don't have to put the same amount as say. You can just your own amount.
I'll put 20 gold in.
Okay, 20 gold from Fiera. Anything from Iso Iric?
Sierra.
Oh my god, Aria.
Yeah, I'm
Isorel
putting-
kind of-
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm putting 35 gold.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see how this pans out.
You guys gonna be begging me for that allowance now.
I'm gonna be putting 15.
Okay, then write it in chat, just so we can remember the amount. It's 15 gold from Soel. 20 gold from Aria. And 35. And then now type in the numbers, the dice that you are going to give to your right. Tell me when you're ready.
Yep.
I hope the bank is 24.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I say it was a big 1-1. We'll start with Iric. You give your 1-1 over, your 2-3 over to the dwarf, who now has a 4-4, 2-3. The dwarf gives to you Isoel 2 and 2, which puts you at
3, 2, 2, 2, so 9 total.
okay, and Isoel you give Aria 2 1s, which puts Aria at
4, 3, 1, 1, so that'd put me at 9.
was you 1-1. Kind of got fucked over by Isoel there. But with the hope of maybe a quadruple one, Aria, you gave 2-2 over to the wood elf, who now has a 4-4, 2-2, and the wood elf gives 3-4 over to Iric, making you a total of
15. 4, 4, 3, 4.
Wow.
4, 3, 4, which is actually what the wood elf rolled.
I'm glad you didn't get another 4.
Okay, now let's see what the bank gets. Obviously, unfair advantage for rolling a 46, but that's how poker works. A 9. So, Isoel and Aria, you both got a 9, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you unfortunately lose. However, big pay for Iric, the dwarf, and the wood elf, as you receive the money you have put in, which is 45 extra gold, Iric, for the 10 that you put in to play, and the 35, with a total of 45, and a big 60 and 65 for the dwarf and the wood elf. And with this last poker game, I think we're gonna also end today's session. This has to go for quite long. Oh my god, sitting in a high storm, playing some poker games. I mean, that's just the life.
Hey,
That's-
we're relaxing.
yeah, you are taking your mind off of things. Quite nice. And yeah, these games are better suited for having physical dice, is what I'm noticing very quickly.
Hey, you made it work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did somehow work. And yeah, not a whole bunch has happened this session. It really was a very chill session.
I met someone interesting.
Oh yeah, other than maybe the, well, almost exploding a large portion of the city and killing the girl you were trying to
Self?
protect.
Yeah, I was estimating that was probably about a quarter worth of the city that could have exploded.
Jesus, Martha.
Yeah, I found it funny when
mean-
Fia was like, yeah, let's put it in the water to try and dampen this explosion.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. I don't know.
I know. I just I find it so funny. It's like, yeah,
It's either that or I just leave it out in the middle of nowhere. And I had nothing else. Yeah, no, it's cool to learn that Zephygus has clones around the city that are invisible and watching it. Crazy. Crazy, crazy.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I didn't expect you to stay this long in the Zephygus Archive, but I guess it does make sense. Yeah.
You put a bunch of people in there that love to research.
Yeah, that's true. That's on
I
me.
mean, there is a lot here. That's the thing. That's why, like, yeah. It's hard to want to rush when there's so much here.
Yeah. Yes, my.
Yeah, and then you go and do magic in the freaking like first 3
Exactly.
minutes.
Yeah.
Turns out rushing through things is bad. You gotta take your time.
Yeah, Fiat is now taking the cool side to chill.
Time
Like
to chill.
three episodes prior, you're like, oh, I'm so excited. We're gonna go to the archives and get all these books and spend all this time there. Poof.
Poof. Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll be entering a third time. Holy shit. Yeah, my mind was like prepping for where you were going next, but that's like, since you were so undecisive on where you want to go, and as a GM, that's like the
jeez.
biggest nightmare. It's like, holy shit, I have to prep
Yeah.
every single possibilities that they could have done. Like, oh no.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking like the border, right? We want to go help Azrael's dad, but we kind of need help ourselves too.
Yeah. Yeah, because I
Can't
was.
really.
Arya's terrified to go home, let's just be honest.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Like if we head there, Azrael will be in danger.
Not just that. I'll know if my family doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
So Arya's just like, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to
Yeah.
find out. It's better not knowing.
It does seem like whatever corruption's taking that city is starting to control the city too. So that's a big danger zone.
Mm.
And we don't have any allies there other than someone who's almost dead and the bodyguard that couldn't protect them.
Well,
We're
I have-
so good at getting allies, guys.
I have my mentor there that I'm sure will be on our side.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, I'll work on Zephygus over here. He likes me now.
Okay.
Right.
I got the in that I wanted that I talked about 10 minutes before blowing up a bomb in a city. God, that was so. How's that always go so poorly for me?
Yes, the
It's you.
circumstances that allowed that to even happen is, first of all, giving that necklace.
It's all me. I gave her the amulet, and then I checked on. It's like, oh, this is gonna explode.
Yeah, and then putting it inside of your wrist pocket instead of immediately taking
Well,
it
I didn't
away.
want to go off in front of me.
And then going to the river, and then deciding whether or not you're going to do the prank or not. Like the amount of steps required to get to that one point were insane.
So I have to ask you, Jack, how did you decide to not, like, blow it up?
I had the timer running.
No, I mean, like, when it came out of the
Oh, the wrist.
the dimension. Yeah.
It probably turned off once it got unattuned.
Yeah, you.
Or, like, cool
guessing
down.
I'm guessing it's part of the secrets we're going to uncover about the chrysalises and how they work.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
for
just
now. Did it just
turned it off.
negate by putting it in a pocket dimension? Did it not reach its critical state yet? We don't know. It just started glowing. That's all you got from it, and then it was
That's enough.
wrist pocket in the next second. Yeah,
Yep.
be good.
And that got enough attention to get Zephygus to go like, okay, what are these people doing?
Yeah, you think he
What's
you think he wouldn't notice when a chrysalis is about to blow up a city?
Well, look, I know how to make connections. Good and bad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like what they always say. There's no good or bad media. Wait, is it that? Not media. Oh, publicity. Yeah,
Yeah.
publicity is the word.
Jeez.
No, it's no good or bad.
Got then the nat 20 to pull a prank.
Yeah, and your other rolls were just complete fucking garbage.
Oh, all my rolls were like below 10 today. It was great.
I told you, you're turning into a bard. That's what's happening.
I hope not.
Yeah, might have to check out the new Law of Tragedy. Because continue natural
Oh.
ones into a boost.
Yeah.
Wow, it was a funky session. Definitely things were happening that I was not expecting or could have in any way, shape or form predicted. And as such, I think we're gonna say adieu for now and until next week. Maybe they will just gamble the entire next session and that will be the worst.
Yeah, big money hire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, bye.